Hello, everybody. Is that the sexy unicorn owner? I have a surprise for you guys today, but hello, Petardo. Hi, K Eats. Hi, Keepothecary. Hi, Latrish. How you doing? Hi, Ultima. Hi, Varja. How you doing? Hi, Rogers. Hi, Pancake. Look at that corn, man. Dude, it's so nice. I know I have a poopy cable in it right now just because I'm using it for something else, but it's so nice, dude. Noti Gang, what's up, Young? How you doing? Alex, I'm scared. Just watch Barbarian. What is Barbarian? Is that a scary show? You have to explain to me which one that is. Is that one of the new scary things? Dude, I'm not good with scary. Very scary? I don't mind scary. Like, I enjoy it once in a blue moon. Wait, why would you watch it right now? It's so early. What time is it there? The Far Cry movie is just scarier than that? Okay, to be fair, the Far Cry movie is scarier because it sucks. So that's a different type of scary. Our very own corn star? Okay, dude. The Far Cry movie is indeed, though, quite scary. Can I see the board? I'm trying to get inspiration of what I want to do with my face. Wait, what? Can I see the beard? Oh, I was like, the board on your face? Huh? My face? Hello. How you guys doing? Give us the Mac experience? Okay, so... as much as I want to do that right now, I didn't know that Streamlabs literally can't put in, I guess like they can't import stuff onto the Mac. So I'm gonna reset up all my scenes probably Saturday. But I did some testing, and what's interesting to say is the colors from the stream, dude. It's been eye-opening now that I have a proper display, like instead of just using a gaming display, because I realized I'm also editing things like I'm still on Windows right now. I'm still on my Windows computer, but I've been editing things like very, very, very wrong. Like it's actually like extra crisp today. It is. I changed the lighting in the room. That's probably why. Another thing I learned is my streams have been, because I'm going based off of this poo-poo monitor. I thought my streams were all like properly exposed, but everything's been like slightly overexposed. So again, I changed it up. Hopefully Chloe discovers the wonderful world of custom keyboards. Dude, I don't know. Every time I interact with someone who's like very big on Twitter or whatever, no one ever responds to me, bro. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it's very eye-opening. I even had to redo a whole video that I shot for Mr. Reagan because I realized that, again, looking at this monitor, I overexposed like 90% of the shots, like in the video. Even if it was a little overexposed, it was never that bad. You know, it wasn't that bad, but it was just like, looking at it now, I'm just like, dude, the red mouse looks extra punchy. No, it's just everything's like, I think everything's like, for the most part, better exposed. Like, everything should be pretty proper, at least on the Windows computer. And then when I plug it all into the Mac later on, there's actually other settings that I can use. So, Frismo Neutral, yeah, I didn't realize that it was so bad. Like, I was looking at my VODs on this monitor. Dude, there were some VODs, I don't even know how you guys watched it, where, like, I would raise my hand up and it would be so overexposed. But on this monitor, it looked like it wasn't. But on the new one, I'm just like, that was awful. But it was about a stop and a half on about everything. It's just because this monitor is so dark that I would just try to like... Anyways, moral of the story is if you guys are ever doing things like proper color work, etc., a proper monitor actually goes a long way, dude. In some videos I've seen, yeah, dude, I think it's a lot better now. It still might be a slight bit, like, do you guys think the face cam is just a slight bit overexposed still? I kind of do. Well, let me turn it down one. This one. Let's see. We have trash monitors. Actually, I think this is the lowest I can go. I wish Alex was close up to me like he was that camera. Huh? If you guys can kind of see, I got a Mac setup now. So I will be slowly swapping everything into the Apple setup. My stream is not on Apple right now. Nothing's really on Apple. I'm just kind of doing work on Apple. Like did my normal everyday thing, which was awesome, but I think I'm just grown tired of Windows. Like I even had to, what's it called? I even had to like reboot 3 times just to get it to like open Streamlabs. So I'm gonna still game on the Windows computer. I'm gonna keep the screen next to me and the computer underneath, but just nothing's gonna be plugged in except for a mouse and keyboard. The box in the corner, yeah, dude, it's right here. Got the studio thing. Alexotos? Okay, guys. But how are you guys doing today? How is everything on your end? I hope everyone's been having a great day. It was so beautiful today. Like, the perfect weather today, dude. Time to sell all our keyboards for a proper monitor. It makes a big difference, man. Typhoon coming, but we fine? Huh? Where's the typhoon? How long is your desk gonna fit? I mean, it fits it fine. I don't love the way it looks. I think I'm so used to having 1 monitor that 2 seems too crowded, but my Sonnet is almost shipped to me. Yes, they actually reached out to me, and I will be doing another Sonnet build soon just to show you guys some like other builds that we can do. And I think I have a build in mind that we'll do like in a week or 2. It's absolutely pouring here in BC. I like rain, but I don't like being caught in rain. But I love when it rains. Like I love watching rain and hearing rain. Even smelling rain is quite nice. What monitor did you get? I got the Apple Studio monitor, not the Pro XDR one. Guys, I don't have $6,000 to drop on a Pro XDR monitor, but I ended up getting the Apple Studio one. It was a little, honestly, it was kind of needed, man. I do a lot of color work, and I think I've just been scraping by on the other one, so he likes the smell of wet. No, I mean, dude, rain has like a particular smell. Bruh, Chozo. How are you, Chozo? CRP round 5 and 21 KB R6 just dropped, like right now? You bring color to our lives? Vin, that's so kind of you to say, dude. But it's you who brings color to me, dude. Please. My old monitor? My old monitor is an Acer Predator that, dude, my old monitor drives me up the walls. I had to literally do a hack to disable the G-Sync in it because the fan was so damn aggressive that I could not listen to this monitor. It was even piercing my IEMs. It was so bad, bro. I'm using a Dell 1440p 60 hertz. Yeah, this is 60 hertz too. I can definitely feel it in the mouse movement, but we'll see. Wondering what you think of the Rama U80. So the U80 itself, this is difficult. The U80 itself's not a bad keyboard, right? It's not a bad keyboard at all. It's not great, but it's not a bad keyboard. It looks pretty. I don't personally like the sound at all of the U80. Like my preferences have changed so much that I don't like it. Visually, it's pretty, like I said. It is kind of awkward to build in some regards. It's just I don't really care too much these days for some of the Rama products. Only because I had a bad experience with my M65B. So I've just kind of like gone through it all. Gotta ask, do you have a tutorial for setting up a macro keyboard? You know, one of our chat members and viewers here, Mr. Big Bezel Bob, has been telling me to do some of these tutorials for you guys, like to write them out. I will do a tutorial like written, and I will do a video tutorial on a lot of stuff. It's all on my to-do list. I'm gonna be doing a lot more like tutorial stuff. I guess even how to stream like color work, etc. That's kind of off topic from keyboards soon. You can do a fan swap with Noctua. There was no way when I bought this monitor was I gonna spend more money to buy a different fan and then open it up and tinker with it. Because the Predator, whenever I bought it when it first came out, was still an expensive monitor because it had the stupid G-Sync module, which I used like a handful of times before I had to turn it off. Will do, Brian, I'll do it. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been wanting it, so let me actually write that down for you guys. Let me put that on my to-do list. We'll do Tutorial for macro pad for streaming, and then tutorial for lighting streams. Tim Keyless.
You know what's not piercing? My red lobster. It's not piercing you. I'm hoping you can change that in the near future because my loins have been beckoning for the graceful touch of your moustache in my nethers.
Tim, where do you come up with these things? Tim, you're the reason why keyboard hobby is so sus these days, man. Okay, raid time. Enjoy your escape from Tarkov. Tutorial for being so wholesome. I think Tim needs to get us a tutorial on how he writes these paragraphs, bro. It sounds like I'm trying to get Keychron KB to sound like. Oh, my unicorn. Dude, you guys want to know a problem, though, that I'm having with the unicorn? A legit problem? You guys want to know what happened? Because I like the spacebar so much, whenever I start typing a password, I always hit the spacebar at the end. So nice.
Tim is banned for life starting today.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate you for 36 months and for banning Tim. I hit the spacebar now because I like hearing it, and I've been mistyping all my passwords by adding a space at the end. Just so I can hear it. It's becoming like an actual problem. I had to, because I was so busy this morning, I actually had to unplug this, get something else that I didn't like as much. Real 1%. Dude, it's actually like a 1% problem. It's too good that I've been clicking it. I do this now. I'll be like, just because I want to hear it. It's like how I end. Like, you know, it's weird, man. Reprogram the alpha sound to sound like spacebars. Just a bunch of. All right, I need to show you guys something. Something else came in today. Then we'll do the client's build today. Compliment for Fira? Fira, if you were a spacebar, you'd sound just like this one here. Perfect. Hopefully you're having a good day, Fira. Good evening, Sis. How you doing? I got something else to show to you guys today. We have another unicorn. I don't blame you. The spacebar is incredible. Bro, no. All right, guys. I know it's been a while since we've seen one of these, but we're going to open another one, dude. Another corn? Huh? So this is a special unicorn. Do you guys know who Candy Roo is, right? You guys know who Candy Roo is, right? Is the Babylon worth the extra money? I like the Babylon. It was nice. I think I'd want to like type on it again just to make sure, but like, yeah, I liked it. So, Mr. Candy Roo, I won't show you guys anything else. I'm not going to show you guys this stuff. Mr. Candy Roo had a special commission that he did. This is my board. I paid for this one. So there was a few made of these. Look at this color. This is called the Toxic Unicorn. You wouldn't guess it by the baby blue, by this like beautiful, beautiful blue. But here's the weight. So Candy Roo is a Apex content creator. So this kind of reminds me of Caustic just ever so slightly, but it is gorgeous. I don't know what I'm gonna build it with. I'm not gonna build it for like a week or two. F me silly, huh? Looks fucking sick. Dude, it is so pretty. It is so pretty. This came way quicker than I thought it was. But yeah, it's gorgeous. It even says like Toxic Unicorn over here. Well, I'm not gonna get, why do you guys want everything patinaed? It's a fun spin, very nice blue. Yeah, I even if I didn't have the cool weight on the bottom, if it was just this color blue, I'm very much into this. Can you show it again, please? Okay, I'll show you guys one more time. Lick it. Okay, maybe during the stream that we do this for. So good, I think it looks beautiful. Because patina is petite, huh? I don't know, I was thinking like Noelle or something on this too could be really pretty. But yeah, just to show you guys again. I'm pretty excited for this. Can you actually just put a separate cam and have it up on stream? Sure. You know what? We'll do that for next stream, dude. In the future, if I commission a board, is there an option to have you sign it and explode the value? Dude, me signing it is gonna add $0 in value. In fact, it's probably going to deter people from buying it. Dude, there are a lot of people in this hobby that don't like it. But this one here will have an alu plate, not an FR4. Noelle would be another great choice. I think so too, right? It adds 100 times more value for me. You guys are too nice. Literally too nice, dude. All right, you guys want to hear something funny? You guys want to hear a funny story? Oh, this box is so cool for the Odin. This is the KBD Fans Odin. I think these are in stock too right now. This is a client build, so we'll take a look at it and build this up. I got another pathetic Alex story for you guys. So, yesterday, I was switching things around in my room, and my computer starts freaking out and starts typing a bunch of random letters. I'm panicking because I can't do anything on my computer. This is before the Mac Studio came in. And I'm just like, I need to do work, but I can't do it because it's like typing space bars. It's like the shift. And I'm thinking, okay, what is going on, dude? What is happening? So I unplug literally. How do you guys know it's the Zoom TKL? How the fuck do you guys know that was the problem? I had stuff leaning on the Zoom TKL. And I panicked, and I'm like shitting bricks yesterday. Me and my girlfriend were like trying to figure out. I told you guys this. It happened again. It literally happened again, dude. It literally happened again, and I fucked myself again, dude. And I was just sitting there panicking, thinking I was like, I don't know, my computer died or something. Dude, don't laugh, guys. Wait, it happened to you before? It happened twice. Pretty calamity. It happened twice. I don't want to admit it. But yeah, I think it happened a few days ago. Like, I actually called in her to my room. I'm like, can you help me figure out what's going on? Haunted by the ghosts? Dude, this is what happens when you guys get old, all right? It's called age. All right? Don't hate me. Egun's picture did it if you ask me. Yeah, he's the one who hacked the mainframe, bro. Boomer Odos. I don't know why this slot is in here for the case, but yeah, the Odin's a big boy. It is a big boy keyboard. Although this, yeah, a lot in this box. Okay, let's put this to the side. I want to see the keyboard. I thought I turned it off, like, because I read how to turn it off, and I thought I turned it off. Okay, there's a lot in this. So that's why I panicked the second time. Because I literally thought I turned it off, dude. But I didn't. Stupid me didn't. Alright, this is all foam. Okay, this foam we're gonna put to the side. I have to double check what the client wants. More numpads? Dude, I just put some RAID V1 stems inside an Oil King. You gotta be, nighttime, you gotta be careful with those RAID V1s. Those stems, they have a habit of breaking. I've had, to this day, 2 stems crack on me from literally normal typing. They're really fragile stems. So as long as you're okay with that, they're great stems, but they're just really fragile. Be ready to tape those flex cuts. Is it really that thin without them? We'll see. Aren't the RAID ones unwipe? I don't think so. What do you think of JWIC blacks? I have JWICs. They're pretty good. I like them. Polycarb plate. I like the separated plates. I think they're good bang for your buck. Yeah, it might be too many flex cuts, but we're gonna take this all apart. And I think this is what, some stab shims? Is this a 1.2 mil PCB as well? Is it? Yeah, dude, listen. I'm not gonna criticize it because, like, well, I am gonna criticize it. This is not the client's fault at all, just so everyone's aware. I do think we should move away, truthfully, of flex cuts. Okay, it's just my opinion, obviously, and I don't want to like dictate how everyone feels about the keyboards in this hobby. I just find there's so many negative things that come from these rather than positives. Like maybe with the polycarbonate plate, we can kind of notice it's going to be a bit more flexy. But if you stuff this with foam, the flexiness is gone, which is kind of the intention, but I don't necessarily love flex. Oh, this is a nice color actually. Ooh. Ooh, I like this. I think I'm just over the flex cut phase of the hobby. It was cool at the beginning because like it's kind of like, you know, oh, this is actually a really nice keyboard. I kind of like this like little piece of texture over here. I've never seen one of these in person. I'm actually gonna put the feet on now. It's actually quite nice. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little over flex cut stuff. Can you flex your cut for us? Huh? I'm over foam phase? I don't mind foam. Oh, this is, Pancake was right. This is literally like, okay. I don't mind foam. I think foam is fun because it can give you some different options. It's more just flex cuts that I'd prefer not having them. Or, like we saw with the Singa, 1 or 2, if it's a well-designed keyboard, can go a long way. Having it on every alpha row, I think does more damage for the keyboard. This does have PE foam sheet, but I'm just gonna double check what the client wanted for this. So I think this is a gift for someone, they said. I'm over the Thok phase. The Thok phase is a weird phase though. Because like, what keyboard's legitimately Thok that uses MX switches? Like, what is this wild Thok that everyone keeps saying? Cause like, I don't know, I haven't yet found a keyboard that's like deep, that goes like Thok, Thok, Thok. It doesn't really make sense. That's why I'm just, it doesn't make sense why to this day there's content on YouTube being like, but does it Thok? The Thokiest keyboard you'll ever see? Like, it doesn't make any sense, dude. It's just clickbait. And then it ends up sounding like foam. It's Thok bait. All right, feetsies are on. I'm gonna quickly pull up what we're gonna be doing here. I think the client's giving me free range, but I'm just gonna quickly send them an email asking them one last time just to make sure. Oops, actually, I don't want to reply to this email. Give me 1 second, y'all. Just to make... Send. All right. The color, does it come with Mizu? Mizu would look really nice. Do I have Mizu? But they actually have Godspeed I think they're going to want to use. Dude, that spacebar is so nice. That spacebar really stands out, don't know. From the unicorn. It's beautiful. I love it. All right. Let's lube some stabilizers while we wait for that answer. I'm going to move this over to this side here. Put this down, and we have a lot of stabs to do. Use beige. Beige looks good on everything, though. Beige is an actual cheat code. All right, let's see. We got 1, 2. I don't think there's much room for variety on the hot swap board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is 7U. I'm pretty positive. Dracula? I mean, Dracula would probably look really good on this, to be honest. I think Dracula would. And actually, if you guys didn't know, the Odin has the same mounting gasket socks as the KBD Fans Tiger 80 Lights. Cool. I can understand Marbly, especially after marbles colliding with one another. Yeah, Marbly makes more sense. It literally sounds like what you're trying to describe it. But the other stuff, to me, like, it really makes 0 sense. Do I have my, where's my little, give me one sec, guys. Why is every soldered super high-end board I see with MX Blacks? Because they're good switches. I'm gonna say this with a but. They're good switches, but they need work. Like, they're not good stock by any means. The housings are great. The stems are okay. Oh yeah, it's right here. Give me a second. Stems are all right. You can swap out the stems and not really hurt anything. I think it's just more the housings that's pretty solid. They still need to be filmed, and they absolutely need to be spring swapped. Absolutely, because even the more modern Cherry switches have probably the worst stock springs I've ever used. And I don't know if they've come up with something new since, but I've never had a good experience with them. Never had a good experience with the stock springs. Actually, I want to double check. Is this 7U? What is the hot swap? Oh, I think the client didn't send us a 7U wire, which is fine because I have a bajillion of them. But yeah, we need to get a 7U wire. Why is there 4 6.25 wires? All right, let me quickly grab a 7U wire for the client too. Cinegount sound great with that mounting style. I think so too. Yeah, 7U. Do they all have 7U, or is there an option for something else? Head into my little wire trove here. I don't like this 7U wire. Pause while I find a new one. This one. The TX, the XL TX spring slab. I don't think I've used XL. This is a client's, yeah. I personally really like long TX springs, and I really don't mind Boucher springs as well. Boucher springs are actually pretty good. I have no quarrels with those. Your Moon Tower is the best key out of all the keys. I think the Moon Tower is still up there for me. Oh, these are just screws. Someone should make a tool for straightening wires. I think that they did. It still is kind of like, I don't know. It's not the most like efficient tool because you still need to like bend things and stuff, but it'd be cool if they made something automated. That'd be neat. Ah, shit, I don't remember who it was. Was it Swag Keys? I'm gonna say it might have been Swag Keys. I don't remember which brand it was. Was it Gion? It might have been Gion then. I don't know who's vending it though. That's 3, 4. Give you the snappiest out of a dual stage without having to worry about the extra crunch. Really? Maybe I should try one out. 5. How much are they? 6. Oh, I guess we didn't really need 7. So nice. Main.
Hello, hello.
Thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. I appreciate that, man. For 3 freaking months, dude. Thank you, thank you. Always appreciate it. You can use vice grips. Yeah, but who has, like, realistically, who has those laying around? Who is like a set of vice grips just like chilling around them? Thank you, by the way, guys. Thank you, Chozo, and thank you, Tim, as well. I really do appreciate all of the subs, guys. Thank you, thank you. Doesn't everyone? I don't anymore. I no longer. All right, let's start lubing these things. I used to have tools because of my dad, but my collection of stuff's getting reworked. The bill keeps piling. What happened for what? When I start looking at keyboards, the Odin was the one I was to look for. I hope this V2 turns out great. Me too. I'm hoping the client ends up really liking this. I think they said it's a gift. I don't know if it's like for someone's birthday or... I just know it's a gift. So we'll take some time and make sure we do this 110% right. Shattered their PC glass panel. Wait, who? You did? How'd you make... Dude, how did that happen? Just like randomly shatter? Dude, that always freaks me out about the glass panels. Because I see some people like they touch it wrong and it just like shatters into a bajillion pieces. That's what always kind of freaks me out about that. Anything bigger than the TKL is off the board for me. Just too big for my setup. I'm curious to see how this will look on my setup. I feel like it might be too big for what I'm used to as well. We'll see. Looks pretty as fuck. I have not seen that Fira. Thoughts on drop releasing DCX Hyperfuse? I don't know. I don't really like DCX because I don't like the way that some of the legends on their modifiers look. So, I don't know. It isn't really a big deal for me. Okay, client said free range, so we can do this free range, guys. What should I put in the other unicorn, though? You know what I was thinking? I was thinking about putting Alexotos switches. Those glow-in-the-dark switches that we made. I have a feeling, though, it's going to sound probably exactly the same as this. But I don't know, clickies. So Alexotos are like a random glow-in-the-dark switch that we ended up making. Compliment for Rusty. You know what else glows in the dark? My love for you, dude. Hopefully you're having a great day today, Rusty. I love you, man. Hopefully the rest of your week goes fantastic. I never got a compliment the other day. Rusty times 2. Rusty, if you actually did rust, I would take care of you and make sure that you so nice. Come back to normal and not be rusty. I would care for you is what I'm trying to say. Thank you so much for being here, dude. Is Candy a tactile lover? Big Mac, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 19 fucking months, dude. Thank you, man. I think Candy's linear. I think he's part of the linear squad. I won't spoil what he's planning on doing with his. Make me shine again, baby. Let's go. And thank you again, Big Mac, and thank you for everyone who subs and supports the channel. I do appreciate it, guys. Cow switches, maybe? I don't know. I hated the springs of cow switches. Absolutely hated them. I think they were probably not the worst crunchiness, but they had a pretty heavy crunchiness to it for sure. Someone locally in my town is selling an Epomaker 680 gasket with Gat Milky Yellows. Pretty budget for $100, not too bad. Yeah, it has some budget stuff inside of it. Problem is, the problem with buying stuff like that is you never know how people lube their switches. So I've had people buy, dude, this is always scary because like this is about a year ago. I remember a client sent me a key cult to redo. And I remember getting the key cult in and my job was to desolder switches and put in new switches that I had to lube. And they were using vintage cherry switches at the time too. And I was like, wow, these are really expensive switches because usually vintage cherries are a few bucks a switch depending on where you get them from. Whoever owned the keyboard prior, and the client warned me that they sounded awful. I think what they did was they grabbed a spoon and then they probably had a funnel and they put it inside the switch like that. Per switch. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. Because there's no humanly way that you could brush on that much lube. It was just, they were filled with like a grease of some sort. It was disgusting. I ended up throwing them out. Like I only opened up one just to see why they were so like, yeah, it was disgusting. I didn't even want to clean them. The client just told me to get rid of them. Because I sent them a picture. But we ended up just throwing them away. Alex, I've been AFK from the keyboard game for months. Welcome back, though. What's the go-to tactile switch? Go-to tactile. I mean, Bad Seed's coming out with a tactile switch that I've heard is pretty good. For me, though, I'm still big on my Holy Panda game, but I know a lot of people like the Gazoo the Gazoo switches. But I'm still big on my Holy Panda switches. I like them. Blueberry chiffons are also very good. I think those, if I had to pick something that came out recently, would probably be my favorite recent tactile switches. Because they're a light tactile. So those were pretty nice. And they look pretty too. I'm hoping those tactiles from Bad Seed are good. I'm a linear lover, but I do want a tactile build for myself. What makes a good tactile switch? I don't even know. I feel like for me, it just has to be snappy. Like, it has to be super snappy or really light. And the in-between stuff I don't love. The in-between stuff feels and sounds messy to me. Zeal V1s. We're using Zeal switches today, the silent Zeals. But typically I'm like on Zeals just because they cost so much. One I might. I loved that client's W1AT. I thought that was such a fun board. So I might be tempted to pull the trigger on one of those. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, for Christmas, I am starting to work on this now too. I just want to say, like, basically, first of all, let me just already like tell you guys, I really do appreciate like all the support you guys give me and just being here, watching YouTube videos, chilling with me in Discord, subbing to the channel, following this channel. So I've been trying to like, we already did one, and I do giveaways pretty often, but I think December, no, I'm not shaving the stash. Are you crazy? December, I will be doing 2 separate styles of giveaways. One will be here in Twitch, and then there's going to be like periodics. I'm hoping, depending on what I can do, periodic small things inside the Discord. But I'm hoping we're going to give away like 15 to like 25 keyboards. And I'm not going to be asking vendors for things. This is stuff like I'm going to be doing for you guys. This is not going to be like sponsored by. This is just stuff that I am doing. Just like last time. No like, I guess, hands in the pot that way. I want mutton chops. I don't know if I'd want them. They look cool, but like, I don't know if I'd want them. Not 25, guys, who said 25 moon towers? Was it you, Inks? 25 tofus? Maybe 25 tofus. I would like to donate. You already know DMs. Maybe Chaser will do yours and stuff for like Discord stuff, but we'll see about the one for the Twitch stream, because I kind of want to do that one there like solo. I'm hoping like anywhere between 15 to 25. 25 is a bit of a lowball, make it 28. Okay. 25 snakes? 25 signed boards? How many of you guys want them signed? Sure. 25 corns? Oh, okay, guys. Just spent like 1,000 USD on a keyboard stuff. It gets real expensive. 25 Kohakus? Why is there like 3 keyboards you guys want me to give away? 25 licked keyboards? Those are extra. That's an extra fee. It's an extra fee of tree fitty. Alex is gonna be our Santa Claus? No, I don't know. We'll see. I want to do things that make it fun at the same time. So, I don't know. I feel like it'll be fun. The last one we did was super fun. Everyone who received it for the most part, except the person who won the Moon Tower, messaged me and said they really liked their keyboards and stuff that they won. The person who won the Moon Tower just said, all right, and then just won it and never spoke to me again. I don't know why that always happens to me, man. I just kind of want to like at least confirm that they got it, but no one ever talks to me like that. 25 orange shorts? Maybe I could do that as a joke. Like, I sold, I swear. You never know. You know what? I don't want to assume, but it could have been. Oh well, they own the board now. They can do whatever they want. A Tootsie Pop? I had one. Tootsie Pops are the chocolate, right? They're chocolates, right? Bro, 25 locks of hair? Huh? 25 locks of hair? Huh? Okay, guys. Guys are getting kind of strange. Hair from where, though? Okay, dude. Don't hate me. I built a W1AT with long poles in 1.2. Did you like it though, Fuzzy? As long as you liked it, man. It's your keyboard. Do whatever you want with it, right? 25 feet reveals? You guys think you guys want these things. You only think you do. Can you make it 24 keyboards in one play tray? I actually think there will be a play tray on that list. I gotta confirm with Mr. Justin because I think he's sending me out something else, and I was gonna give away the one that I have currently. Just so I can, like, again, give you guys cool stuff. Gonna build a Vega with clacky switches, and any recommendations? Building a Vega with clacky switches? Go with long pole. Wait, who shares my name? JJW. Long pole switches, maybe something like Epsilons, maybe something like cream sodas. Oolong switches are also fantastic. Tungsten switches, I think those are your best bet. If you don't like the bottom out or the harshness of long poles, I could always recommend you to go with things like alpaca switches. Marshmallow switches are pretty fun. KTT switches are pretty fun too. They're a little bit more quiet, but they'll still give you that, I guess, linear sound. But for the ultimate and that loud, clacky signature sound that people tend to really like, long poles, baby. Yeah, oolongs are pretty nice. Dark moons are fat pole. Huh? What's a fat pole? 25 feet picks make it scratch and sniff? Bro. I don't know why you would ever want that. Gonna try long pole, maybe oolong and Zaku, and maybe SP star. I haven't tried an SP. I don't think I've tried an SP star long pole. I don't think I have. Wait, are the marble sodas long pole? H1s are fantastic. Dude, I have so many H1 switches still. I bought them in bulk like a year and a half ago. And then I used a lot of them, and then I just didn't want it. I don't know why I bought so many. I honestly don't. Have you tried the Meteor oranges? I've tried Meteor switches, but not the orange one in particular. H1 giveaway? Maybe. Namazu switches are long pole SP stars. Oh, then yes, I have tried them. If they're technically SP star long poles, I have. Can I buy some of your H1s? Do you actually need some one? 512? No, I need a new PCB for that actually. I stole the PCB out of that for another keyboard. I think I probably have around 200 left. 200 to 300 H1s. But if you need some, Juan, DM me. I can see what I have left. See if I'll part with some. What would you say is a great starting kit for building KBs? Okay, so what do you mean by like starting kit? Are you talking about something to start practicing building your first keyboard? Oh, or do you mean like a good first solid purchase? I mean, are you looking to solder or are you looking for hot swap? Alex should host a charity boxing match against Chozo. He'd win though. He probably has so much pent up rage from when I first of all messaged him 5 minutes before stream being like, yo, sorry I'm late, here's the deets. And for ignoring him for like 2 years consistently. He'd definitely win that dude. Boxing or wrestling, you'd win either or. So nice. Vooch, thank you so much for the Prime, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you for using your Prime on me today, man. Hopefully you're having a great day today. Have you noticed a decreased quality in recent TX tabs? What do you mean by decreased quality? I've heard some other people saying this exact same thing, but I guess I'm not too, I'm a little confused by what's going on with those things. Resting in bed, huh? Are they just not good anymore? Because I thought I had 1 or 2 of the new batches of TX stabs. I don't have a lot of TX stabs though. About the wire in TX? What's wrong with the wire? Are they not balanced? Rev 3 ticking? Really bad wires? Interesting. Huh. Okay, I didn't know about that. You guys are alerting me for the first time with that. Yeah, I'm not too keen on what's going on with those kind of things. What's up, Gio? How you doing, by the way? Very unbalanced. Interesting. I'll TX your stabs?
I'll TX your stabs.
Dude, Mdrot, thank you so much for 10 months of being here, dude. I appreciate you. I hope you're having the best of days today, man. I don't know why my camera's not centered, by the way. I moved my stuff around and I think I knocked my camera over, but I'm too lazy to get up and go fix it. Thank you, though, man. I appreciate it. It took me 15 minutes to balance the wires. Eee. So much thirst today. That's okay. Man, I just clipped TX stab wires. Wait, clip? So nice. Sit what? Thank you so much for using your Prime here, dude. I appreciate you, man. I hope you're having a good one today. Thank you, bro. I just clipped TX stab wires. Are they always so hard to clip? My fingers hurt now. What do you mean by that, man? Like, you clip them like with tweezers or with the snippers? Thank you guys for the subs. I appreciate you guys. It means a lot. Chose is the kind of guy that says yes, daddy. I don't think Chose is that type of guy. I think Chose is the type of guy that expects people to say it to him. I've been here for just over a year now. Poggers? Hell yeah, Fira. Appreciate you, dude. Clipped into the housing? Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, they're a little, sometimes stabs can be a little tough that way. And you end up hurting your fingies. My girlfriend really wants me to buy a thimble. So when I push down like stubborn switches, but I feel like a thimble or even those rubber like thumb caps would like not be this. I don't know, man. I can't, in my brain, I'm like, this wouldn't work. I don't like having things on my fingers to do those kind of things. I don't even like wearing gloves for things. You kind of got to rotate them while clipping them in. Damn, are TX stabs really that bad? Sorry, my English, like put wires. Oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. I just wasn't too sure. I thought you meant like clip them like with scissors. Nah, man, I know exactly what you guys mean. Those can be pretty painful at times. Let me make sure we have enough of these. Am I short one housing? I think I might be. So I learned about Milktooth through your vendor list, and in the process of getting into their early access. Hell yeah, dude. I need to go in and edit some of the vendor list. I think there's some dead links in there now from people closing shop or just switching URLs. So I'll probably do that on the weekend as well. Is it excessive to send you a board to fix my stabs? It's not excessive. I've had people do that before. It's expensive for you. Not even from me charging you anything. It's just shipping, you know? Like shipping, like possibly customs. It just gets pretty pricey. That's why I made the tutorials on how to fix stabs and like how to do all these things to stabilizers, because I just feel like it's easier. Swapped out C3 for Duroc. Yeah, dude. Okay, C3 stabs are good once in a blue moon. But I have one set of C3 left, and I've actually been like less inclined to use them recently because it takes longer for me to mod them. So those I'm not like too keen on using C3 stabs these days. So those I've been avoiding, like the plague. Those and Glorious stabs. Glorious V1 stabs. Not a single part of me can fix the mess that is those things. Those were actual dog trash. The goats? Yeah. I don't even understand why they tick so much. I think it's due to the housing being like, okay, they're not bad, Gerald. Like you'll still get great stabs out of them. They just take a little longer to kind of like tune properly. I find that with those, you gotta be unfortunately a little bit more generous with lube. Can you make an updated YouTube video on how to lube switches? Yes, that is something I am working on as well. I'm trying to make like a short and concise video on like my lubing methods or different methods you can try. I think this is actually a really great approach to this. Different methods you can try for different switches. Instead of just doing like, here's how I lube a switch, I actually go through different methods of like, does this switch sound better like this or like this? So perhaps I can do something like that. And I'll explain to you guys obviously in the video. Do you think ISL will be sidelined in the future? No, I don't think so. I think there are enough people who still really enjoy like ISO layouts. Plus, they're still fun. Like, it's still cool. Maybe less sets including them. I'm not too sure about that, but bro, I had a batch of owl stabs that had black dust all over them, and the clip snapped. Ooh, were they just like bad? Just got my first Krytox syringe and can't wait to test it out to fix some stabs. The syringe method of fixing stabilizers is still really good. Obviously, good installation of a stabilizer is really important, but still kind of unmatched. Real easy to fix things with a syringe. A lot of PBT fans kits in stock right now with ISO kits and international kits compared to 7 years ago. It's heaven. I actually really love that. More accessibility for people. I love that a lot. All right, let's put some wires in. Let's get my dielectric grease. I've had a hard time finding a flat enough surface. Even the glass on my phone feels inconsistent. Remember what I said though, it doesn't have to be like, okay, so for example, we'll look at what I'm gonna do with the clients. So this, I believe, is from a Staby. I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. I don't think any of my stab wires are like 100% straight. So right now you can hear there's a bit of a tick. Hear that? And nothing on this side. So what you can do is you can grab your two fingers like this and, you know, off the edge, push it down a little bit. Now it's gone. But it's gonna reappear on this side. Thank you, Goon, I appreciate it. So you can keep going and going and going until you get this really flat, and I've done that with just micro movements, or you can do the other method where you're just fixing these two parts. But sometimes I find the bends here and not here on the elbows. But this is pretty much like what I'll do. Get this just enough to a point where it's like flat enough, and you shouldn't have any sort of problems, right? Or buy a cheap iPhone for $5. Or there's, I think Wildcat uses these. There's jewelers, flat surfaces for when they do jewelry. But again, almost perfect is actually completely A-okay. There's not going to be a big difference, if any, between an almost perfectly and perfect. There's only one need to balance one side, right? Because you're putting your finger on points of pressure, being here and here. So you're just trying to balance compared to that side. If you do the other side, it's gonna be the exact same thing, right? If we flip it, exact same thing. So you're only needing to do one side to make it flat. Warthog, thank you so much. Wait, what does this say? Will you accept these roses for me? Okay, I'll take them. I don't mind them. Thank you, dude, I appreciate that. How's your stream today, dude? KTT roses? That'd be pretty nice. I can appreciate some of those. We was lubing roses. You guys know I love KTT roses. But yeah, anyways, that's why I think stabilizers don't need to be 1000% perfect, but if you get it close enough, then you're totally fine. But thank you again, Warha. I appreciate the raid, dude. Did good. Normally I grill, but did some lubing today. Grilling sounds amazing though. We actually had a nice steak today. I've been eating a little bit less of things, by the way. So me and my girlfriend, we actually split a steak because I don't know. I haven't really had like a big appetite for things lately, unless it's chicken. Chicken, I'm like, I can eat chicken all day long and not complain. But what we did was, again, I did the same exact recipe. I changed the temperatures. This particular cut of meat actually had a lot of nerve, unfortunately, but it was still absolutely delicious. We did that garlic infused olive oil. So we let it sit in there for about 10-15 minutes. And then we put I put some grapeseed oil on the actual pan, just a little bit of it, just because I didn't want it to completely burn with the olive oil. And I like the taste of grapeseed oil too. And then salt, so some coarse sea salt, as well as some peppercorn. And it was a little bit of butter, and it was delicious. We got a nice sear on it. Like I said, unfortunately, there was like a big vein of nerve down the middle, so we had to cut that out and not eat it. But the marbling on this particular, we did a ribeye, wasn't the absolute best, but it was still pretty good. Although I didn't really feel like spending a crap ton of money on a higher grade of meat today. I really didn't. Burns at a really high temp, which is good. Yeah, I think Insty was telling me that I should be using avocado oil. Get into the meat talk to say out loud for people to not buy the W1. Dude, it's just, I don't know. There's no such thing as a bad ribeye. They're so tasty. It's one of my favorite cuts of meat. So I am new to a few things, but I know grilling and still learning keep stuff. Dude, we should exchange knowledge one day, Warthog. Is it Warthog or Warthog? Am I saying it right? We should definitely exchange knowledge. Medium well ribeye is a bad ribeye? I don't know. I've only ever cooked it rare or medium rare. I don't think I've gone long enough to taste a medium ribeye or any cut of meat for that example. Hey Alex, do you know of a good pink and blue keycap set? Pink and blue. Do you guys know any that are good for pink and blue? Sounds good, Warhog. Pink and blue, pink and blue. Well, Noel is not, I can't recommend Noel because it's not in stock. Pink on navy? Is pink and navy in stock? I've been thinking about, EPT Acid House. Yeah, but it's out of stock. And Sweet Girl. I know what Sweet Girl is, and I don't love Sweet Girl, but you don't come into Warthog stream without snacks. You've been warned. I can imagine. I can imagine watching people make food all day is making you hungry too. This is a commission, yeah. No, Quantum, I see it. I haven't got there quite yet. Quantum, let me tell you this, dude. If you were in the quantum dimension, I'd chase you into that dimension just to find you to give you a big old hug, dude. All right? Hopefully you're having a great day today, man. I appreciate you. Love you, bro. I need more pastel blues and pinks because this board is pastel. Pastels are quite nice. I've been really into like very contrasting colors as well. No kiss. You guys want one? Because I lost my dog recently. Oh no. Dude, can we all give some hugs to Quantum, dude? That's so sad. Sorry, man. Yeah, my condolences, dude. Nice PBT. Noel sold out. Yes, a lot of. I think it's Fuji and Noel are both sold out. All Dogs Go to Heaven. Don't forget. That's a movie too, right? Sad as fuck, but I'm going to go see an 8th month Lab to Rescue. That's really awesome of you, dude. Kind of channeling that into something else. Love that for you, dude. I hope it goes awesome. Definitely post some pictures if you want to on the Discord if that goes through. Sorry for your loss, Sag. Hope you can bounce back. Yeah, I know. Grieving and stuff is like, it takes time, you know, and do it on Quantum. Do it at your own time too, you know. If you're feeling sad one day, don't feel bad for that. It happens. We're all human, man. We are all human beings. At least I think so. Zoom TKL, your new favorite TKL? I think my new favorite keyboard in general right now is this Unicorn, but yes, I would say the Zoom TKL is like definitely up there. Elquan, what's going on, dude? The Zoom TKL, I think, is still one of the best bang for your bucks right now, which could change, right? Because that's the unfortunate part about, well, fortunate and unfortunate part about some of these entry-level stuff is it's like a race to the bottom with these kind of things. Like how low can you go in terms of pricing and stick how much stuff you can in there? So how many bucks for your bang? Exactly. How many bangs for your buck? Did I say how many bucks for your bang? Whatever, guys. Same thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. Alex, my PCB proto picks came in. Ooh. Are they cool? Are they awesome looking? Stopping by to say hi. Got to get back to Apex. What rank are you now, my friend? I want to play some Apex tonight. Apex sounds sick right now. I feel like I haven't been playing enough. How many bangs for your duck? Huh? Any decent mics? Because my Yeti Nano is kind of old. How much are you willing to spend? Plat 4? Ooh. Plat 4 is a good rank. Halfway to diamond? Let's go, dude. Oh, Plat 1. Anyone else see the camera freaking out about the wire on the right? Oh, it's because it's going from focusing on my hands to it's just the focus freaking out. It's like trying to focus on the background and it's going to my fingers. It's because my hands are up here. It's like it's glowing a little bit, yeah. Wait. What was the budget for the microphone? I missed it. My hands are too looby right now. I can't really grab my mouse to scroll back up. Because there's a lot of good mics, but I feel like there are some that really, I don't know, it's tough. I'll take a look here in a second, Rogers. I'm gonna go wash my hands after this, and then I'll take a look. Yeah, like if your budget is a sub $100, I don't even know what's out right now that's like worth it. No, I just got lube over here. I don't even know like what's out right now that's worth it, but I think one of my favorite mics that I had at one point was the Rode. I don't remember, the NT1 I think it was called. That was okay. And then I really liked my Lewitt microphone, but that's a little bit more money. But ultimately I'm really happy with the shotgun mic, so the Lewitt mic was awesome. The NT1A, yeah, that's the one I think I had. The Shure SM7, okay. If you guys are gonna go with the Shure SM7B, you have to be aware, sorry, my hands are really looby right now. You have to be aware of two things. If you're doing it for keyboard content, you're gonna have to position it and move it around, and it's gonna be up in your face, and it's kind of annoying to stream with. And I don't know why that's consistently brought up in the keyboard hobby to use that microphone. I would use something that you don't need to like swing around all the time. It gets annoying, trust me. In fact, I would actually even say avoid that mic, because you also need to buy a cloud lifter or some sort of like extra power for it, because it needs more of an amp to get it working properly. It's kind of overall kind of expensive and not the best of things to use. So, but I think the Rode is probably my best bet for you. Or yeah, the Audio-Technica AT2020 is supposed to be pretty good too. It's dynamic low sensitivity mic. Yeah, it's not ideal. Like actually, wait, did we even ask what we're using this for? Well, let me go wash my hands quick. 1 second, chat. What's the green keyboard that Alex has on the table? That is a unicorn. Damn, no orange shorts today. Actually, I don't even know why I'm wearing these gray shorts today. My mic I'm using right now for me just started as the FDUAEC. It's USB one. They do make an XLR. I mean, you don't. If you're getting into streaming, you don't need an XLR mic. There's a lot of really good USB mics these days. Like buying an audio interface is just another expense. Buying a good XLR cable, another expense. So I could literally sit here and give you guys like tons of tips for like mistakes that I made when I was starting off streaming and just cost me a lot of extra money for no reason. But maybe that's another day, because I feel like that's a whole topic and I don't know who the hell wants to hear that right now. What are tuned switches? When people refer to tuned switches, they are usually things that are modded with lubricant or filmed or whatever other mods they want to do, but that's what tuned means. Sounds good, Chozo. One once my PCB comes from my designer, Alex, are you down to have a chat about shipping my proto to you? Yeah. Let me actually check your DM too right now. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's really, really cool. The silk screen turned out awesome on that, dude. All right. Let's go do some installation of these stabs. How do you get rid of stab ticking? Waffle, have you seen my video on that? I think if you haven't, I checked the video first, and if you still can't get rid of it from a YouTube video, I will try to help. But ultimately, all my knowledge is in that YouTube video. I don't even stream, but that would still be an interesting topic. Do you guys want to talk about that right now? Like what mistakes I made that I feel like if you're starting off streaming is really good to avoid? We're not going to do PE foam for this, but we are going to do normal foam for this. Because PE foam kind of low-key boring. Maybe like Sennheiser? Okay, let me talk about mistakes I made. Financial mistakes I made when starting to stream. God damn it. Oh, this is going to be an awkward one to put in, huh? Okay, I'm actually going to put these in one by one on this side really quick. Because these kind of lean off the edge here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Biggest mistake I probably made was investing in mid-tier gear, knowing full well that this wasn't my forever gear. But I did that because that was all I could afford at the time. And like, even now, I bought some gear that's like high end, but there's even other stuff I'd rather have, and I continue to make the same mistake. So I've just completely stopped making that mistake. It's a huge error. Stop buying mid-tier gear when you know you're going to replace it in a few months, or you know it's not things that you want in the long run. You're going to ultimately be disappointed, and you're going to be annoyed at the stuff that you have, and you're going to hate it. So my honest suggestion, and financially it makes more sense, don't even go all out. If you know you want to do it, then sure. But just take a breath and like save up for the stuff that you want. Because I knew I wanted this microphone from day one, but it was $1,000. And I ended up buying like a $200 mic. And then I was like, all right, awesome. I saved up for a year and a half. Now I can afford a $500 mic. When I could have just waited a year, and with all that money that I was like, spending on microphones and like cables and different audio interfaces, just go straight to the one that you want. I'm using a 416 MKH. Kenny, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate your 2 months of being here, dude. Thank you. I really do appreciate the support. But it's not worth it. Be smart with your money, though. Yes, it's not worth it. It's a mistake I see a lot of people make, to be honest. Just like, I think someone described it as copium buying, and I do agree with that. It's like you're just spending for the sake of spending. And it's just not healthy, and it's a mistake that I truly did make, and it can still continue sometimes to make because I'm settling. Oh, we need I forgot these are 1.2. We need those these things. Yeah, and then another mistake I made too, and this is kind of not a personal thing. This is just something I'd recommend you get over, because this is like a personal thing that is very toxic towards yourself. You have to understand that people aren't, because it's something I struggle with too, and I think I'm getting better at it. You have to understand that like streaming is not for everyone, and if you are like liking it and you are enjoying it, and people are watching you, one mistake I was making towards the beginning was I thought everyone watched me just because like my stream quality was like decent. Oh, these things suck. These things are like breaking. I'm gonna cut these. I thought people were only watching me for my quality of my stream. When in reality, it's like, it's a mix. Some people watch me for that. Some people watch me because like they like me. And you kind of have to get over this mental hurdle that spending money equals better stream. You really do. And if you don't get over that mental hurdle, the whole streaming process becomes like so taxing. Alex giving out free life advice? I know what I can. I don't know everything. Do you guys want any other life advice? But yeah, those are some of the mistakes I made. At the end of the day, it's the streamer that makes the stream, not the equipment. Exactly. Vibes are immaculate. Teja got me into this, but you've kept me here. Hey, thanks, dude. Appreciate you, bro. Okay. I don't love these stabs being on the side like this. It's actually making installation kind of weird. Well, the Fujis are something that, like, I think I've talked about this. I really admired Bin's stream for quite some time, and it was just like the colors were just insane. Like, I loved them. And I was just kind of, in a way, kind of shy to like ask her what those were and do the same. And again, I was just spending money, wasting time, like trying to get the things that I had to be the same thing, but it was all good. I think one thing that streaming has definitely taught me is that I gotta love myself more instead of just like dismissing who I am as a person. I think when you start to truly like yourself more and be comfortable with what you're doing, you can kind of also make a difference to people around you. Like your mood becomes uplifting in a way. So that's one thing it's teaching me too. And again, like that's something I wish I knew earlier on while I was streaming. I actually hate installing these things. They're low-key kind of annoying. I'm using only see, this is what I mean. I'm only using APS-C, yes. I'm only using crop sensor for everything. The mouse bites on these, to separate them, are really pathetic, and this is really thin material. So it's actually just breaking the wrong spots. The V2 Odin is like the V1. Any part of the stabs taking out past the edge on the pen will force the PCB to sit into the left. I still don't necessarily love that though. Doesn't install nice. From like a perspective of building, makes it weird. So something I find that I do that I'm working on is not seeing value in the things that I have. Yes. Kind of recognizing stuff that you have and like appreciating them is something that I'm also learning like every single day. Truly. It's hard sometimes to realize what you have and appreciate it, but it is good that you do that. How much this board? This board, actually, it's still available. Does anyone have like a price off the top of their head? This is a client's keyboard, so I don't have like all the details on this. Is it 450? It feels kind of high. I thought it was like 300 and something. I think it's 450. That might be it then. Sometimes I just get a new keycap set or new switches instead of buying a new keyboard. I mean, that's not a bad choice. I've been trying to meditate lately and it's helped me so much. I'm worried about what's happening or coming. It's hard to stay in the present. Yes, I think that's very important too. Breathing exercises are low-key underrated. If you haven't done some breathing exercises, I think they're extremely, extremely underrated. I feel like that's a very common thing right now, though, for a lot of people. There's a lot of stress and anxiety going around just from, like, literally everything. It's because the world's in just a weird spot. You know, especially people our age. Or at least my age. I don't know how old everyone is in here, but I'm in my 30s, my early 30s. And there's still the stress of being able to afford housing. Even though I've been working since I was literally 17. And I did go through some phases of stupid spending, but still nowhere close to where I can afford to live in Toronto by buying, not renting. I turned 35 today. Ancient, congrats, dude. Happy birthday, by the way. If you guys haven't done this, I know this seems stupid, but it's actually something that I kind of still do every now and then. I just go on my phone, and then when I'm feeling aggravated, I write down my thoughts. I usually delete it right afterwards because sometimes it's just dumb, and I just, need to get like shit off of my chest. You can try that. And then also taking walks and getting some fresh air is my other go-to method of cooling myself off in a lot of ways. Luckily, my BF and I my display went to sleep. My BF and I just bought a house 3 months ago, but I have to get another job in another country. Oh, where are you moving to? Do you mind me asking? Fresh air is the move always? Yeah. Playing Apex earlier, should we introduce him to someone? Wait, what happened, TPK? Denmark? I live in Norway? Oh, that's really cool though. Are you excited? Or is it something that you're also like very nervous for? Any Oilers trying to finance Alex's new house? Yeah. Any whales in chat? Buy us all new keyboards? I think the aspect of liking yourself also extends into the hobby as well. If you like yourself, you're less likely to feel like you have to keep up and keep spending on everything. Yes, and dude, you know what else is incredible about finding value in yourself and what you own? You know what else is so incredible about that conversation? Then you stop being a prick about what everyone else is doing. I see so many people, and I've been told that I shouldn't be negative about this or shouldn't talk about this for some stupid reason, like I need to be silenced on the matter. But I feel like there are so many people still in this hobby, any hobby, we'll use keyboards as an example, that project shit onto everyone else and try to like take anyone else who's having a good time and bring them down to their level. Because it's like they're trying to project bullshit insecurities onto other people. And it's like, I get it, what you're going through might be valid, but you need to take a breath and realize that's within yourself. And how do you make yourself better? Stop, like, the best way I can describe it is just stay in your fucking lane. End of story. If it doesn't concern you or affect you or doesn't make you, like, doesn't take away from you, it doesn't fucking matter, dude. And it's just, I see it so often these days. Welcome to your 30s? Yeah. Practicing patience goes a long way. Do me, you do you. Yeah, I mean, like, even if you want to... I mean, the worst thing to do to anyone is like spread negativity, negative energy. It's my first time being able to catch you streaming. I just want to say thank you for being who you are. Atox, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being you, dude. Hopefully you're having a good one today too, man. We need you. Thank you, Prod. I need you too, man. But yeah, anyways, moral of the story is once you start to learn to love yourself and stuff, and like someone said, they brought up in the keyboard hobby too, it'll help your spending. It can't help your spending for sure. I think it's just going to help your overall like attitude towards things. It's very true. I've been banned from a couple of streams and Discords for sharing an off-topic image of my antique mechanical keyboard. Huh? What do you mean, Ducks? Like you posted a photo... Oh, sorry, I burped. You posted a photo of an antique keyboard and they banned you? That's really weird. Thank you, Pug. I appreciate you, dude. What would you recommend for a streaming setup? Oof. Let me, oh, that's a whole topic. What are you looking for exactly? What piece of the streaming setup? Came to the board, stayed for all the wholesome talks. Thank you for being you, Alex. You're amazing. Thank you, Ultron. It was an antique keyboard. Yeah, if you have like antique keyboards, obviously if it's something like that's against the rules, then for sure. But if it's just a keyboard, I don't see why people would ban you for it. That's some strange energy. It's okay to like or not like something. You no need to attack or insult people because they have different tastes. And yep, exactly. Oh, you know what else makes people better? Like this is a keyboard hobby, not keyboard hobby, just in general. On the real, I've seen so many people, personal experiences that I won't get into, online people. Some people get really into this zone of like, how can I word this? They get into this zone of the imagination and just being like imaginary shit happening. So they start to formulate theories and like conspiracies about shit. And it takes them down this rabbit hole of like not feeling good. And I know for some people it's hard to separate like reality and like just these thoughts that they have. But let me tell you, if you guys are ever like, I don't know, I think when I'm starting to feel that way and I start to go like, well, this person might be, like this, and I need to talk to someone about this. Like I said, like I was just saying, the best thing to do is talk to someone about it. Because sometimes letting your imagination go wild like that is so dangerous, dude. And then it makes you miserable. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate it, dude. Do you have any thoughts on the AM AFA? Which one was that one there? The guitar community is a war zone with that. For which one, Ultima? And Chinny Browns wants a compliment? Dude, Chinny, if you were a stabilizer and you needed extra stuff to make you install properly, I would make sure to do it all with love and care and never complain. Because you're worth the extra effort. And I hope you're having an amazing day today. Love you, dude. Absolutely love you. There we go. Perfect. I've been wanting to buy the new Hex 3CV2 since I saw your YouTube video. Is there a solder kit that you recommend? A lot of people here recommend something called the Pine Sol. I've personally never used it before. I've used an alternative one called the TS100, but apparently the Pine Sol's better value. I like the TX100. If you guys ever want to see like what I have and what I use, exclamation point kit has like literally everything. But Pine Sol apparently is really good. Again, I've never used it. I've used the TS100 and I really liked that. I thought the cable might have been too short for that, but it's pretty good. TS101 is not an option. Updated TS100. They've updated the TS100? Oh. I have a Pine Sol since it's USB-C compatible. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, like I said, I've never used it. You guys talk about it a lot, so I'm taking your words for it, but I've never used it here. I feel like every expensive hobby, cars, MK audio guitars, have that awful group of over-opinionated people that just love. Because you know what it is, and this is me being negative, and this is something I probably shouldn't do, but it's people that like, how can I word this? They aren't happy with themselves. And they find pleasure in, like, they think what makes them happy is being like super knowledgeable and this like kind of, in a way, gatekeeper of their community. Like, it's at the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, sum it up, it's fucking projection, dude. Just be happy with yourselves. Be happy that you have friends. And if you don't have friends, join Discord, talk about some stuff. Don't be a prick. People will be your friend. Easy peasy. I'm not happy with myself, but I try to do what I can. Yeah, if you're not happy with yourself, the worst thing you can do is project it. BenQ projector syndrome? It's actually a pretty good name for it. Okay, I don't like the way this particular stab turned out, so we're gonna, like I said, I don't love installing these things, but there we go. It's better. Are these solid now? All right. Let us make sure these all work. They should all just pop up with no issue. Perfect. Let's put some foam in. But yeah, if you guys ever have equipment questions, Usually everything's on my kit list, and if you guys need more help past that, just ask me. All right, what's up next here? Actually, I'll put these little screws back in here first. I think we gotta do some foam in here, then we'll test our stabs. No, this is a 7U fixed on the hot swap model. I don't know if the Odin comes in a other variation, but this model, where did I put the foam? Oh, it's right here. Is hot swap. Yeah, go for it, Ducks. I got you. These all taped together. The fuck? Oh, they're staples. This is stapled. This is for the bottom. This is one we're not going to use. This basically uses the same mounting system as the Tiger. Correct. Literally the exact same style. I don't know if, you know what actually would be interesting to see? So the Tiger has oversized foam, last I recall. So the foam kind of spills out on the sides. I wonder if this also has oversized foam. I don't think it does. Pancake, I'm right on that, right? I don't know if Pancake's still here. The Tiger is foam that kind of spills over, right? Or am I incorrect on that? Am I thinking of the wrong thing? Because I think that also attributes to the Tiger's sound profile. I have a 200 CAD for a mic and headphones looking at HyperX Silocast. Would you be open to IEM recommendations, or do you want headphones? As for microphones, like the HyperX, I have no idea if that's good or not, but I can definitely guide you on like the headphone aspect of things. This still, and this doesn't look like it for the Odin. Yeah, this looks like it's just normal PE foam. I wish that Tofu adopted this new mounting style. Leave a Tofu alone. Tofu's great. Tofu's perfect the way it is. Oh yeah, we're using silent switches today, right? Did I tell you guys that? QK also spills over. Oh, I got the QK75 in today.
Love the content. Your YouTube videos get me through work. Do you have any recommendations for some switches I could use in office that won't annoy my co-workers?
Are you okay with silent switches? There's a new silent switch that I think is really good that came out recently, which are called heartbeat switches. I think Canon Keys is the vendor for those. I'm not too sure if there's any other vendors. But if you're going to be doing any sort of office work, I'm actually I'm a pretty big fan of those heartbeat switches. Sadly, no, I'm looking because KZX Crins broke. Oh, yeah, I'm not too sure about that Philip headset, nor am I too sure about the HyperX Silocast. It's been a while since I've used anything from Philips, and I know HyperX makes decent stuff. I'm not too keen on like all their products. Tofu's actually getting an update? Really? I didn't know they were making a 75. Have they revealed the layout? Do you guys want to see the QK75? Switch lubing guide will be soon. I have, let me tell you guys what's on my to-do list. Switch lubing guide, tutorial for macro pads, because you guys want that too, on how to set that up for your computer, for streaming, I guess. Room tour, well, setup tour. I don't know why I have room tour there. And those are the three main ones I have that I'm going to be doing for you guys. Sound good? Those are the three main ones. I'm happy with my EPOS H3 Pro. I haven't even heard of those ones. There's a lot of things I haven't heard about in this hobby. I like what QK is doing, but I want a new Owl Labs board. I mean, realistically, like the same. I feel like QK is just better availability for.
Happy 16 months, Alex.
Richard Soup, thank you so much for 16 months here, bro. Appreciate you, man. I hope you're having a good one today, dude. Sounds like some nice YouTube content coming. Yes. It's gonna be a lot of work. So once I'm done all these lot of client builds that I've taken on, I will be working on some YouTube videos for you guys. I think it's very important to be introspective and reflective of oneself, to be self-aware of your own behavior. Yeah, I mean, not projecting it's tough. People don't understand how to do it. I mean, even I fuck up sometimes. We're all human, but the best is like, if you're typing to someone, this is the thing about online, right? You're literally typing to someone, and then you're reading that over, hopefully, and then you're thoughtfully hitting send. It's not just like coming out of your mouth. Like, you have the chance to back out after you've typed it out. So that's the crazy thing about online. We love you, Alex. I hope you're feeling well mentally. I'm feeling great, man. I think I'm just more so tired these days, you know? Gotta take that pause before you send. It's like, bro, just think about it for 2 seconds. There's also a delete button nowadays. Still no edit button on Twitter, though. Don't know why that's not a thing. I keep fucking up and making spelling mistakes on Twitter. So, it's coming? I don't know about that. Haven't they been saying that for a while? The irony? Didn't they add it? I don't think so. Did they add it? Am I just going crazy? We're gonna test these steps. Oh, baby. You guys want to vote on if this is all fucked up inside? Anyone want to vote? Oh gosh. Here, we'll vote. Let me how do you do this again? What's the command? It's /poll. Yeah. And then we're gonna do question number 1. Is this fudged up? Yes or no? Oh wait, no. Let's do a hold on, wait. Better thing here. /prediction. Start prediction. Is this fudged up? Yes or no? You guys have 2 minutes. Got it. Even if one keycap's out of place, this counts as fucked up, by the way, guys. Remember the rule. If you're new to the channel, sometimes we do these, not very often now, but even if one keycap's out of place, it counts. Wow. Everyone's saying yes. I hope it's not fucked up now. Just to give everyone who said no a winning shot of the pool. To show you guys what the box also looked like. Pretty fucked up. It's pretty crumpled and like crammed everywhere, as you guys can kind of see. So don't you put that evil on us? Sorry. Great way to get points. Alex points? Great way, dude. Betting it all on yes? If the box is fucked, everything's fucked? I like how it shows in the predictions like who voted for what. Now I know Roy voted for no. Just all in no? It's fucked for sure. It's gone through shipping at least 3 times. Why isn't mine showing? I see it. Me too. PBD fans. I got that set in, Kato. I should use it soon. Can you see who's going in? I mean, I can't see specific names, but I can see which one of you guys voted for what. Like, as you guys type. Oh, you guys see this over here? Someone took a bite of this. Dude, listen. I'm not shitting on GMK's things anymore because I don't really care these days. I'm just gonna tell you guys, there are so many better choices from other companies that are making like way better trays. KBD fans being one of them. 3 years on Twitch, still discovering new stuff. Oh, it's always a constant discovery. Actually, I'm gonna move this out of the way. I got too many things on my desk. All right, time to open this bad boy up. pause. I mean, to be fair though, I don't even like GMK's old trays, like the plastic ones. Look, pieces are falling off. Oh god, dude, this is making a big mess of my desk. Okay, I might have to get a vacuum cleaner. Bro. Okay, here we go. Who, you guys want to see? It's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. God, it's not even like separating. Oh god, look at the case here. Like, didn't GMK test ship a whole bunch of these and was like, yeah, these will work? It's so gross, man. So now I gotta clean my desk up. I didn't bother betting because I knew it was fucked. Test clueless. Ugh. Do I have like a bag I can stick this stuff in? Not really. Okay, 1 second, guys. Fucking GMK trays. Yep, this was a good idea. I know we're saving the environment and stuff, but like the irony about it in it is like we're saving the planet. Ironic though, because the keycaps are made of plastic. So I guess it is less plastic, but then they wrap it in more plastic. So it's just ironic. But I guess it's cool. I get that point. Keycap set as well is just a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah. Okay, 1 sec. Let me throw this out. I don't want this potato tray in my room. This is Godspeed, I think. Still better than the keycap case, the plastic things underneath the keycaps themselves. Yeah, that was fucking weird. I still don't get that. All right, let's test some stabs here. Remember, these are silent switches, so if you guys don't hear anything, that's the whole point. But you can eat the tray. I would 100% keep the trays if they weren't Garbaggio. I think the thing about this though is like, yes, they're environmentally friendly. And I get, like, I've been in arguments or just like debates with people about like, well, you know, like the intention is to keep the keycaps, and that's why, you know, like it's ironic. I tell people it's ironic that, you know, the trays are made of potato, but like in a way, wouldn't you also want to engineer the case as something you would want to keep forever too? That way there's really no waste at all, you know? So to me, that's the thing that kind of baffles me a little bit. Because now I'm still throwing things away. God, it's like, what is going on? Okay, I need to vacuum my room later. Some make vodka out of this potato tray. Okay, looks like we're all good. Actually, we need to... In reality, you're never using every single key, so they have to be stored in some way. Yeah. And again, ironic part about this is I've now thrown away this potato tray and I've gone and purchased another plastic case. So like, what am I really gaining here, you know? It could just come in a nice plastic case. I need this. Okay, I don't remember the layout for this, so I'm just gonna put random keys here and then we'll go from there. I think enter is on the bottom, but it's okay. I'm just testing keycaps right now. A headache or two, maybe? Yeah. Whenever I have our leftover caps from a 60 to 65% board. Like, what do you mean by that? Short, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 19 months, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, I know, I had it backwards, I think. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Okay, I'll just vacuum later. Stupid trays. Compliment for Snow. Snow. You're as delicate as snow and as beautiful as snow. And if you were snow, I would 1,000 make you the most beautiful snowman or snow person that I could ever make in my entire life. I'd use all my effort and creative skill. Thank you so much for being you, dude. Appreciate you. I wish manufacturers would start packaging them like Osame's. Yeah, I mean, just a better case would be nice. Something where I don't have to throw it out every single time I get it. Do you solder a lot? I do. You know, honestly, I think these days I've been doing more hot swap builds for clients because people are really just wanting me to assemble their cases and like tune stabilizers and. But yeah, believe it or not, I'm doing more hot swap for clients these days. Not even so much that they don't want to install these. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just people don't want to do their own stabilizers. So that's what I've been noticing. Thank you for the hydrate, Wilkers. I've been noticing you. Damn. Is there a difference between hot swap and soldered sounds? Listen, I'm going to argue no, there's not. But I've heard from a lot of people and a lot of peers. I don't think so. But a lot of people think there's a lot of differences. What do you guys think between soldered and hot swap? Is there a sound difference? I do Alex's build service just to know that my key has been touched by his greatness. Oh my god, Chutro. That's too kind of you. People swear there is a difference. I've never heard it. Flex cuts are a very visible difference. We saw it with the Link 65. And you see it by taping the flex cuts. But I don't know about the sockets. Yeah, sound is definitely subjective to your ear. Like, people can probably maybe hear a frequency that I don't hear, maybe, who knows. But I haven't heard it. I haven't heard people argue about the Mil Max sockets. I actually kind of prefer Mil Max sockets, to be honest. I feel like they grip the switches nicer. I've heard people saying one JWK linear is better than another set at this point. Anything goes, I guess. Well, that I understand though, Prod, because if there's a difference in material, then for sure, there can definitely be a difference. But if it's the exact same switch, just a different color, I'd be less inclined to believe that. But I've also heard that like different materials for different, like, for example, I've been told, I haven't really noticed that myself, but like the glow in the dark color or whatever powder it uses inside the blend of plastic can be a bit different sounding. So who knows? This is something I hear all the time from people in this hobby, that hot swap just sounds different. I call bullshit, but what do I know? I don't know, like, I don't truly think so. Where I think there's a big difference is maybe some spacing underneath the case. I don't know. Like I've built hot swap key cults and then used the exact same switches in a solderable build, and they sounded pretty identical to me. Like, I don't think I noticed a difference. GF features in the stream. If she ever wants to come and hang out with me and do a keyboard, I've asked her, but she doesn't want to. She never does. It's like when I was with my parents. I asked my dad a few times and he never did. No one wants to come and hang out with me, dude. If you believe in it hard enough, you will hear the difference. Yeah, I suppose so. Real quick though, what solder do you use? I use Kester solder. If you want the exact one that I use, !kit. All the stuff that I use for stream is here. But does she like keyboards? Very much. She has a, why am I blanking? Mammoth plus, I think KTT roses or strawberries. And then she's also using, she went crazy for GMK Pono. So she has GMK Pono on her keyboard right now. She has a few other boards, but she only uses the freaking... She stole my Tenet. She has that. I almost forgot I had that keyboard at one point. But she is only using the Mammoth right now. She has a few other ones, and she keeps going to the Mammoth. She's a weeb? You know, a little part of me thinks so, but she'll argue against me. Alex, to find the truth, I think you should send me a soldered Kohaku and a hot swap Kohaku. Goon, only if you promise to take photos of the keyboard, dude. If you take photos of both of them and show me the difference, and you can clearly point out which one's the hot swap and which one's the solderable, we'll talk about it. But you have to take photos of it, Goon, all right? That is the rule. Some people will understand that joke, some people won't. What is the most flexible keyboard? What do you mean by flexible? Do you mean the keyboard with the most like layouts, or the thing with the most like mounting styles, or do you mean literally flexible? No problem, will do. That'll be actually really funny. Goon, if you guys didn't know, Goon is keyboard's #1 photographer. He has a camera that nobody else has. You mean to tell me there are Overwatch players that aren't huge weebs? Are Overwatch players weebs? Oh, I finished Cyberpunk today while I was looping. Oh no, yesterday. Sorry, while I was looping switches. Pretty good. I did not expect the ending. No, it's not a mental illness, guys. We shouldn't joke around about that. I'm a massive. It's all asterisked out main. What main, T-Money? No spoiling, but the ending was pretty sick. If you guys haven't seen it, 1000% go watch it, dude. It's so good. The next thing I'm gonna watch is Chozo's anime. I forget what it was called, but it's on the list. And then I'm watching Chainsaw Man, but I might want to wait until everything's out for Chainsaw Man. I don't know if I want to get invested in like 2 episodes and then hate myself for waiting weeks. Thank you, Kilo. I appreciate you using your Prime here, dude. Thank you, man. I hope you're having a great day today. Kilo, if I could, I'd give you a big old hug right now, my friend. Actually, you know what I should do for you guys today? I'll give you guys some spins for every sub. No, I haven't seen House of Dragon because I haven't seen Game of Thrones. After I'm done Chainsaw Man, I've told Reagan, because Reagan's convinced me, to start Game of Thrones for like the 15th time. I only ever get through like the first season, then I hate I don't know, I can't, the first season kind of slow to me. It's not weak, wait, it's not weekly? I did finish Edge Runners, so good, dude. Holy. The whole style of that anime was so fucking cool. Can the Razor Huntsman mini be modded? I'm assuming it can be. Impressive concentration levels, looping. Well, it's like second nature to me now, just to like lube switches. That's what I've been told too much. I don't know if I want to get into Game of Thrones as much as like everyone's hyping it up, but apparently House of Dragons is fucking amazing. But Reagan said to understand it more, I'd have to watch Game of Thrones. Studio Trigger is really good, yeah. Alex, I would just start Game of Thrones now. Chainsaw Man will take a good amount of time. You'll like Game of Thrones. How many seasons of Game of Thrones is there, though? I feel like I'm going to be there for a while. Eight? Gosh, that is a lot of episodes. It's okay, you know what? Maybe it's something to do. Andor is really good if you enjoy Star Wars. I did 1 episode of Andor as well recently. I think yesterday as well. I also started watching a movie, but then it got really late and I didn't realize the time, so I had to stop. But I was watching that movie with... Why can't I remember his name? Oh my... It's the greatest beer run ever. I can't remember the guy's name now. Wow. Anyways, I don't remember his name. Zac Efron, yeah, thank you guys. No, The Greatest Beer Run, not The Greatest Showman. Also, The Greatest Showman's a great movie. Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman? Sign me up. But Greatest Beer Whenever so far is pretty good. Do you know if there's any noticeable difference between the Moondrop areas and area snow editions? I've only sampled the Moondrop areas. I have never sampled the area snow editions. I don't know if there's a difference. Is there a difference in like the driver they put into it or something? But the Moondrop areas are fantastic. And also, hi Daichi, how you doing? There's a difference? Just color? Oh, is it just colors? Is it just a shell? Zach Efron's in The Greatest Showman too? Is he? I don't remember. Yeah, so far Greatest Beer Ever is pretty good. Some parts are kind of whatever, but I like the direction of where the movie's going. But I still have an hour and 10 minutes left or something. I didn't realize the movie was like longer, and then also I didn't realize I was like 12. I was doing keyboard chores at like 12 o'clock last night, and then didn't realize what time it was. Uncool, dude.
I definitely do a beer run for you.
Bro, let me give you a little spin. Dude, a beer run right now? I'm not too into drinking these days, but a nice cold beer does sound pretty sick. I don't mind a nice cold beer every now and then. They're tuned differently on the snow versions? Ah, tuning was different. I mean, most IEMs you're not going to get big sound stages from. I did notice with the ones that I'm currently wearing, these guys here. Where is it? This way. These guys actually have pretty good sound stage. The, what are these called? The, Mangard Zen's Up. Alex, I still want to convince you to get the Wrapped Go Hook X. They're godlike? Dude, what are these again? Wrapped Go Hook X? I think you showed me and I just literally don't remember. Hold on, let me look. Hold on. Oh, these things. Oh yeah, you showed me them, the planar ones. Okay, let me keep the thing open here. Yeah, I'm on I'm on Safari right now. I haven't installed Chrome onto this computer yet. Like I said, I haven't really done much playing around with this yet. Well, actually, I did install Chrome. I just haven't booted it up. I haven't logged in. It's right here. I'm lying, but I did install it, just haven't booted it up. I think you can do House of Dragons before Game of Thrones. It's a prequel. Is it kind of like Lord of the Rings? I was watching Andor. Bro, is Andor that good, Bob? Everyone's saying it's sick. Best browser? Honestly, I don't know. I think browsers right now, apparently Safari, the new Safari, like with the update, has been amazing, but I don't know. I enjoy Safari. I've always enjoyed Safari. Whenever I've been using a Mac. It's not my first time with a Mac, but I've always used Safari. Andor's mid. Andor's fantastic. Andor's the best in all capitals. All right. Since only one person said it's mid, it's got to be half decent then, or really good. Andor's the best Star Wars media since the prequels. Whoa. Okay. Maybe I'll finish that up tonight. Cause I've only watched one episode so far. And it was okay, like I didn't mind it. Dude, wait, I want to show you guys this. I don't know how to show you guys this because I don't have my Streamlabs set up. They have something new on Mac, which is called Stage Manager. And it is so good. Basically, like it's like a tabbed system. But instead, I'll show you guys when I set up the Mac for streaming, because that'll be this week too. Everything gets kind of like minimized to the left side of the screen. And then you're clicking on things to like hide your current screen and then bring forth the other one. But it's actually like, it's pretty damn good. Like I've been really liking it. It is kind of finicky on like full applications where it kind of hides itself. That's on Windows 11 too. Does it work the same? No, it's Zosco. It's actually really nice. Yeah, Dan, it's really nice. I haven't installed Ventura on my MacBook yet, but the new mail system on macOS is pretty nice too. I actually kind of prefer it to what I was using. But I don't think there's anything like huge for other updates. I just, in general, like I've always preferred file management also on macOS. So can you share some Alexotos lore? Some lore. What in particular? I don't got much lore. No, I've been using a Mac forever. I've always had MacBooks. This is my first, well, first in a long time desktop Mac. No, I haven't. So, Bob, I have to get a few other, because there's actually, the studio has a fair chunk of ports, and even the monitor has ports, but a lot of it's Lightning and USB-C. They have a few USB-As, but I'm going to be picking up a few things. And then I should have everything good to go, but like for Sunday stream. Quite enjoyed it for its leisure. I think it's awesome. I hate how desktop icon snapping is on Mac OS. What do you mean by that? Desktop icon snapping. You can watch HOTD first, and then it'd be more enjoyable if you watch Game of Thrones. But everyone's telling me, okay, so everyone outside of this chat right now has been telling me that House of the Dragons kind of needs. Oh, I figured as much. Sorry, I didn't know how to say. I was gonna say hot to. Everyone's saying that House of the Dragons like has more impact if you've watched Game of Thrones. Like, and that's why I should watch Game of Thrones first. I don't know. That's what I've been told. Like, you'll really feel the weight of what the characters are saying. And I kind of like that fact that might happen. More is explained in Game of Thrones about the rules of their universe. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do. I also watched that new Thor movie recently. Did I tell you guys about the new Thor movie? It was okay. Nothing special. I'm getting kind of tired of all the Marvel stuff. I feel like all of it's just so bland these days. Low-key, that Thor movie's ass. It wasn't, okay, to me it wasn't ass. Like, it wasn't that bad, but it's still kind of fucking boring. Only Marvel stuff that I'm not tired of is Spider-Man. Does Marvel have a hand in that more so than Sony, though? Or is that like a joint thing? Or is that just Sony letting them use Spider-Man? I did get the new YouTube hand. I got that I think I got that like 2 weeks ago. Because they sent it to me early, I think. That new Werewolf by Night special was so good, though. I bet you... Wait, Werewolf by Night? Which one's that? Loki was not bad. The TV show was nice. Sony let them use it? Okay. Werewolf by Night. Who's that? What's that? It's on Disney Plus. Please watch DC Justice League. I've watched it. It was good. Like, I liked Justice League already. Like, I don't know why. I just thought it was good. But the Snyder Cut was awesome. Oh damn! It's not important. No, I just got to today. Oh, the handle. I kind of don't understand what it's used for, truly. Is it more just to access your YouTube channel? Werewolf by Night is a special 60s horror-themed one-off? Hold on. Let me Google this really quick because I kind of want to see what the hell you guys are talking about. Werewolf by Night. Let me open up another tab here. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Oh. Werewolf by Night. Oh yeah, I got pretty good reviews. So is this in the Marvel universe? I don't want to click any. Oh, is it part of the MCU? Marvel is aware that they need to diversify the content, that TV shows are doing a better job of moving away from their templated content. It's official MCU. Oh, okay, cool. Kind of fire. Okay, maybe I'll give that a go. Because I have to do some keyboard chores tonight anyways, so. All right, this is done. Let's grab our case. Is that one missing switch spot on the LED? No, there's no LED. It's not a switch. It's just an LED. It wouldn't be able to go in there even if you want to put one in. X-Men and MCU when? No, dude. Let me tell you guys. I love X-Men. X-Men is fucking amazing. But to understand the X-Men timeline that Sony butchered is something else, man. To sit there and like understand like which X-Men's are part of which stupid fucking timeline, it's so stupid and messy. But I loved like Logan. I love Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine. So it's still really, really messy though. And it's hard to justify like any part of that timeline, man. It's so hard. Okay, X-Men is life. Didn't they start bringing back the old anime X-Men? I'm not too sure. Dude, I saw that prod and I'm kind of excited, man. I am actually pretty damn excited for that. All right, let's open this thing up. I am here for more Deadpool / X-Men. MCU X-Men would have to be totally recast it. No, man. I wouldn't want to watch another X-Men without Hugh Jackman. Like, it's not for me. Hugh Jackman played that character perfectly, in my opinion. I don't think I could ever watch another Wolverine. Truly. Maybe I'd sit there and tolerate it, but like, I don't know, man. That cast was too good. Like, well, Hugh Jackman anyways. What bit is this? Like, would you guys want to see another Wolverine? It's like Iron Man with a Robert Downey Jr. It's like when there was rumors that Tom Cruise was going to be an alternate universe Iron Man. I was kind of like, no, don't do it to him, dude. Hugh Jackman will be in Deadpool. I'm okay with that. Now I'm done with Wolverine films. Oh, in film? Enough with these characters. Even either thoughtfully or fully revise them. That's so sad. I love Wolverine, man. I love Wolverine. I'm so sorry that you don't like it, man. Ball spin? Did we sub? Did I miss a sub? Oh, where's my... We'll do a ball spin for the subs today. There we go. Thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. If you guys sub and want a ball spin, let me know. Wolverine is great. I loved his runs in comics and earlier films. Just bored of the nostalgia bait. It's not nostalgia bait to me. I legitimately get so excited. You know what I would actually love to see? And listen, this is a spoiler for Logan. And if you guys tell me not to spoil Logan, it's been a while. Just go watch the movie. I would actually like to see the girl that Logan saves in Logan, perhaps as like a modern day, like to see what she's up to. Maybe that'd be really cool and can kind of follow suit with that amazing movie. It's been has it been 5 years already? Jesus. I'd be kind of down for that. Yeah, I don't remember her. Was it X-23 or something? Yeah, something like that. I don't remember her unit code or whatever the fuck it was. Where's the daughter board go? Oh, did I have to have to wait for this? Oh, I guess I do. Or does this thing just come off? It wouldn't make sense because that is the further into the timeline. Is it? What year is that happen? I don't remember the years that this take place. But I guess they can kind of like... Logan is absolutely incredible. I want to see that kind of character defining work. Yeah, no, Logan was such a good movie. Oh, was it? Fuck, I don't remember what year it was. Timelines are weird in the MCU, so it wouldn't matter. How's the Odin coming along? Slowly, to say the least. Oh yeah, I think this just comes off. We have to take off this plastic bit. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of convenient this just comes off like that. So does this go up or down? It goes down. 2029? Did I miss a compliment? Who'd I miss? Wait. Who'd I miss? Eon KB. Eon. You know what I would never yawn over? I would never ever once yawn over me and you, dude. If me and you are having a good old day together, there's no yawns. It's only excitement. It's never boring. because you're not boring. I hope you're having a great day today, dude. Retro, I got you with the posture check and the hydrate. Some actors just seem born to play their roles, like Hugh Jackman for Wolverine or even Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Bro, this is a big debate for me. I love Tom Holland. I also loved the other two people who played Spider-Man, being Andrew Garfield and the legend himself, Tobey Maguire. But I feel like all three of those people played Spider-Man very well. I don't care what anyone says about Tobey, by the way. I know people hate Tobey, but I love fucking... Dude, Tobey was sick. Tobey was my childhood. Maybe it's nostalgia, but growing up, I loved Tobey. Tobey Maguire was sick, dude. Andrew Garfield is my fave. I thought he played a really, really great... Tobey is not a good actor. Bro, listen, he was a great actor, right? I'm an Andrew guy, but everyone played it well. Dude, Tobey's sick, bro. Come on. I love Tobey as Spider-Man, but Tom Holland crushes it. To me, like, the person who played the most, like, nerdy, like, further removed, like, socially awkward Spider-Man had to be Tobey. Because Tobey, like, literally played a character that just felt socially awkward. Andrew Garfield, to me, again, played a more emotional Spider-Man. Yeah, look, Chinny just said it as soon as I said it too. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was very, like, emotional, and I really liked it. It was like a Spider-Man that cared a lot and just, like, I know Garfield definitely felt cool, but I feel like his character definitely had more emotion and, like, he cared a lot. Where I feel like Tom Holland plays a bit of everything and does it really, really well. And also, I feel like just feels more, oddly enough, age appropriate too. Okay, let's screw this guy here. Which one, Chinny? Andrew Garfield? Are these right screws for this? I hope so. Like I said, I think all of them played really, really great characters. Nicolas Cage, bro, I think, and I don't even like this movie to the degree that other people like it. I think Kick-Ass, and to some degree, whatever that one where he's finding the Declaration, National Treasure, whatever it's called, where his only, like, below bottom tier movies that he was, like, okay in. I literally can't watch his movies. Like I said, there was one movie recently, not recently, but a few years ago that I watched from Mr. Nicolas Cage. I can't remember what it was called. You guys always tell me, and I think I actively try to block it from my fucking memory. That one about, it's like a weird horror movie, and it's like something in color or something like that. Dude, it was so bad and so cringe. I think my dad watches a lot of movies too, and he went to go watch that movie, like, open-minded. And he came back, he's like, what a waste of time that is. I can't remember the one that I'm talking about. Nicolas Cage. Color Out of Space. Or Color Out of Space, whatever it's called. That was such a weird fucking movie. I did not like it, man. I don't even know how it has such good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. I did not like that movie, dude. Elon just fired Twitter's top execs. Was it because they didn't make an edit button? And I think what made it worse for me is just, like, I really hate his acting. I just find it so cringe. I thought they left. Who knows, dude? Honestly, this might sound, like, weird, but I really don't care what Elon Musk is doing. I feel like a lot of the stuff he does kind of just panders to what's cool. I don't give a fuck. Like, what's trendy? Buying Twitter, lol edit button, cool. Don't care. This is a little awkward to install this thing. Just got here. How's the Odin coming along? Pretty good so far. Installation's kind of neat. I like this like little removable tray thing. It's kind of cool. Wants to turn Twitter into the American WeChat. Do we really need more chatting programs? It's another thing I don't think anyone's realized yet. Do we need more? We have iMessage, we have text message, we have Snapchat, we have Instagram chat, we have Discord, we have Skype to some degree, we have Teams. Do we need more chat programs? I think I'm done with chat programs. I think I don't want to install any more ever. We have Facebook that nobody uses. Most iconic villain, according to you? Ooh, that's a good question. All-encompassing everything app? No one's gonna... I don't think people will buy into it. The only reason I don't think so is because people have tried to do all-encompassing apps and we always fall back to the same apps we use. Didn't Facebook try to do that in so many levels too? And then now look at Facebook. Nobody that I know uses Facebook. And if they do, it's to keep up with some like family members that refuse to leave the platform. Stream Midnight BTS. Instagram is also dying as we speak. It's because they're just copying another app, which is they're trying to make short form content a thing, and nobody wants to be a thing on that platform. I use Messenger on Facebook, to be honest. And for the memes? I mean, like, some people still use it, I get it, but I can't bring myself to use that thing. You grow and adapt or die. That's how social and content apps work. To some degree. I just think you can also make wrong turns. Right now, it's all going back to what Vine was 10 years ago. Yeah, I agree with that. That I agree with. Also, here are the little gasket socks, by the way, for this client we're putting on. We're putting little socks on this guy so it doesn't get cold. There's a 24,000 member Keeb group on Facebook. I know that there are large communities on Facebook. You know what it is? You know why I personally can't use Facebook? The UI is so fucking ugly. It's a bird playing. It's Adrian Brody. It's Kent Clark of Canada. Okay, it's Geo, dude. Important question. Can I just contract you for stab work? Yes, you can. People have done it in the past. Just fill out a form and tell me you only want stabs and tell me how many. I'll give you a quote. Is it just me or does my voice sound so different on microphone? I can't hear you right now, Goon, so I'm not too sure. But everyone thinks they sound different when they hear themselves. Some schools here need Facebook to share their announcements. Interesting. Only Stabs? Yeah, my service is called Only Stabs. It's just, for me, UI is very important. If it looks ugly, I don't want to use it. So what I mean by most flex... Oh, wait, sorry, I think I missed this. So what I mean by the most flex keyboard is the one that has the softest typing feel. I think the class 60 or class whatever it was, and the TKL, the class 80, those are pretty flexible. But I mean, like, it all depends on how you build the board too. So if we built today's keyboard with no foam in between it and it has all these flex cuts, etc., it's probably going to be pretty noticeable for how much flex it has. But you are going to have, usually when you have a lot of flex like that, you end up sacrificing on some of the sound. But it depends on the keyboard. I just find like the more general approach that people do is like lots of flex cuts everywhere. But anything that's usually leaf spring is usually pretty flexible too. Oh no, I overslept. It's okay, aesthetic. We'll be building another one of these eventually too. Oh, and best villains? Bro. I think someone said Heath Ledger. I agree with that. Fuck, that's a good question though. Best villains. Dude, I don't know. That's tough. Vader? Vader's a good villain. For sure. Jar Jar Binks. Anyone agree? No one can tell me otherwise. He was the Sith Lord. It's Jar Jar Binks. Darth Binks. Don't care what anyone says. That's mine. Mastermind of the Sith? Yeah. I've watched a lot of fan theories about it, dude, and let me tell you, it makes a lot of sense. You said tell me otherwise. I don't care what anyone says, man. In my opinion, it would have been way more interesting if it ended up being Darth Jar Jar sitting on the throne in the last few movies. I would have, first of all, I think the internet would have fucking broken from how cringe and funny that would have been. And also, I think I personally would have I already found them entertaining, but I would have loved it, dude. Watto and Jar Jar are the only characters I cared about. And Sebulba. I like Sebulba too. Okay, I don't think we're going to put bottom in foam in for now. If it sounds poo-poo, we'll put bottom foam in. But really easy to kind of take out if we need. I like how there's little slots on this keyboard too. It's kind of nice. Slots into these little gasket socks. Very cool. Low-key Sebulba? Yeah, Sebulba was a sick character in Star Wars. I really like Sebulba. I remember growing up and playing Nintendo Pod Racer, like the Pod Racer game on Nintendo 64. Oh, this is a nice set for this. Giovanni from Pokemon's kind of iconic too. Oh yeah, to some degree. Yeah, you're right. Did you watch the prequels in theaters? Yes. I remember. I have a lot of memories about this, and it kind of makes me in a little way emotional because it was with my family. And we went to go see, like, getting hyped up for episode 1 with Darth Vader, or Darth Maul rather, and like Sebulba and all the other characters. There was a lot of but I found more back in the day, there was more like if you went to a restaurant and it was a popular movie coming out, for example, Star Wars Episode 1, there was like shit you can collect. And we collected the Pepsi cans. I believe they were Pepsi. And I remember, I don't love Taco Bell, but we went to Taco Bell and we collected stuff from Taco Bell too. And there's a lot of memories because like even some of the other Jurassic Parks that came back in the day too, you'd go and you'd collect like things from like Burger King and stuff like that. Or with Pokemon, you'd go to Burger King and collect those like little Pokeballs. And I don't know, it felt better than it does today because I felt like that stuff was just cooler to collect. Nowadays, it's just like everything has some sort of cringe hype beast thing behind it. But it was so cool, man. A lot of memories that came out with that too. But yes, I did see those in the theaters. Howdy, Alex. What's going on, Brown Bear? Actor who gave justice of the role of a villain, I meant. What do you mean by that? Who like made the role of the villain really good? Bowser? I don't know about that. I don't know if Bowser's a great villain. He couldn't accomplish anything. He never really kept Princess Peach. I would buy Alex a Supreme tee. I don't want one though. I don't really like Supreme. My parents did that with my brother. I was a little too young at the time for those movies. It was really fun. Like I loved going to see all those things and just like being able to involve yourself in, you know, because obviously I wasn't going to Disneyland anytime soon when I was a kid, but it was fun, man. I really liked it. But then again, maybe I'm looking at life through a different lens because a lot of things as a kid just seem so different. And maybe it's not so different. I'm just not a kid anymore. So who knows? Uniqlo? Bro, Uniqlo's my go-to right now. I'm done shopping at other places. Uniqlo or bust. Yeah, we're doing the Odin today. I'm gonna put some stuff away, guys. We're kind of crowded on the desk now. I've never been to Disneyland. I haven't done a lot of things. I didn't grow up in like a super wealthy family, so a lot of stuff we did, it was like balling on a budget kind of thing. I had great parents and have great parents, and like a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun for what we did. Now we've got the villains out of the way. What's your favorite hero? Spider-Man's my all-time favorite at anything, and then followed up by Wolverine. I think we kind of touched upon it, but I really vibed with Spider-Man as a kid because obviously I liked photography and I'm a nerd and was picked on and stuff. So like, you know, Spider-Man kind of made sense. But I think those are my favorites. Like I said, these are silent switches, guys, so bear with me. They really didn't need much lube at all. But I did put some 3204 on these. So we do have some lubricant on them. Just not a lot. I felt if I put too much, they would become too squishy. Do they have GU in Canada? GU, what's that? Got bullied by Disney kids in high school. Made fun of my parents for not introducing me to more Disney things. Huh? Disney kids? Wait, Juicebox, back up one sec. They were like really into Disney and would bully you for not being into Disney? Bro, back in the day, if you were into Disney, you were the one being bullied. That's crazy to me. If you were into Disney when I was in high school, you'd be the one being made fun of. That's weird. Dude, kids are so weird, man. Kids in high school? That's not even something to be bullied about. I don't even understand. It's like, hey, we don't like the same things. You're an idiot. It's so weird. Dude, I guarantee you, though, if they have any sort of... I keep forgetting this is so messed up. If they have any sort of, like, self-awareness, they're going to grow up and realize that they're just idiots. Like, they're going to grow up and be like, dude, I was a cringe fucking teenager. And if they don't have that self-realization, it's even worse. That means they don't realize that they're being cringe. But if like you don't like Toy Story, then you deserved all the hate. Toy Story had a good soundtrack. I don't remember any of Toy Story though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember some of the characters, but Coco Melon kids, bro. Listen, I don't remember what I watched when I was a kid. I tried watching Coco Melon with my brother's kid and then like my girlfriend's like nephew. Bro, Coco Melon legit scares the shit out of me, dude. I don't know how kids watch that. Like, I don't get it, man. It's just like these weird movements of these like eerie kind of 3D characters. And they're singing weird songs. Dude, it's strange to me, man. Coco Melon's something else. It's weird, dude. It's strange. Like, I don't agree with that. The Coco Melon thing for kids, man. If I had a kid, they ain't watching Coco Melon. That's all I'm saying. It's a new kids show. Like, well, it's not new, but it's popular. Teletubbies was another one, man. Like, as a kid, I thought Teletubbies was strange, and growing up watching Teletubbies again, hella strange, dude. It's a new kids thing. New Rose. It's like a kids TV show. The only reason I know about it is because nephew and niece. That's it. But so weird, man. When you need the kids to be quiet, Coco Melon works. I totally agree with you, Akagami. They definitely like absorb that shit, but they're just strange, dude. Like Coco Melon, strange. Whenever my girlfriend had it on for her nephew, I'd just look at it and just be so... It's just, he looks possessed. That's why I'm downloading TV shows from my time for future kids. I don't blame you. Spy Kids and Shark Boy and Lava Girl are like fever dreams. I remember all that shit. The son with the baby face. That was Teletubbies, right? Teletubbies, I think even my parents just never got into it. This is called Godspeed. I think this goes here. Looney Tunes, yeah, Looney Tunes is problematic in some areas too. I don't really remember many other than Barney. I don't remember anything else we used to watch as kids. And it only to some degree Barney. But past that, my parents never got us into Sesame Street, not for any particular reason, just I guess we didn't like it. No, I didn't have, I don't think I had Dora growing up in the 90s. Blue's Clues, Big Comfy Couch to some degree. What I remember watching a lot of, and I couldn't wait for it to be on, it was called Art Attack. It was just basically art. Some guy like doing art stuff. It was like I think it was a British guy. Loved that. That was fun. You remember that, Ultima? Captain Planet I never watched much of. The fucking salt thing? Yeah, I remember that all the time too. It was really fun to watch that. That I loved. That was like my thing. I'd make time for that. Don't remember Zoom either. I remember some of the things you guys are saying, but I don't watch much of it. I got into a lot of like art programs. Magic School Bus to some degree. Again, I would watch it to pass the time. I think Recess I really liked. I don't remember. Art Attack was really fun though. Bananas in Pajamas? To some degree, I didn't watch it much. Yeah, Spider-Man, I would watch a lot of Spider-Man growing up too. X-Men TV, like all the cartoons for like the superhero stuff, loved. And then I also watched a show called Gargoyles. And then when I got a little older, I started watching Spawn. Spawn was like my fucking thing, dude. But that was hard to watch just because it was so late at night. He makes the whole ass art with random household items. Yeah, that was really cool. That's why I liked it. It was just like creative. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I watched Batman, yeah. Spawn, the animations in the movie. The animations. The movie was weird. I didn't love the real life movie. I'm surprised they haven't done anything like updated with that. Street Sharks? Street Sharks was really good too. You seem like a Spawn guy. Spawn was fun. I liked it. I liked like those edgy kind of characters. Power Rangers? I watched Power Rangers. Power Rangers was fun. They're doing a remake with Spawn with Jamie Foxx. Really? Ooh, I didn't know that. Wait, when was that announced? Which Power Rangers do you like? I don't remember anyone's name. Any old Teen Titans enjoyers? Teen Titans I watched when I was a little older. So nice. Slothy, I appreciate the Prime, dude. Thank you for using it here, man. Thank you, bro. Literally joined to ask if you're doing any full-size boards. Oh, yeah, we're doing one right now. This is actually, you can even buy this if you guys want. This is for a client, by the way, guys. That's why we're not critiquing it too hard in terms of like design. But if you guys want my honest opinion on it, I think it's actually pretty good. I think it's expensive, but we'll see how well this performs. I mean, actually, probably a bad way to show you guys because it is silent. We'll see. Odin V2 is in restock. Okay, so it's being restocked. Arthur? I know what Arthur is, and I remember watching it. Wasn't that memorable. I know what Zambumafu is. Didn't watch it. Wasn't that memorable. Yeah, we're using silent switches today. Silent tactiles. That's what the client had sent out. And keyboard feels good. Courage the Cowardly Dog was the scariest show when I was young. George Strings? I don't remember that one there. Clifford, I remember. You know what actually I watched yesterday that was a good blast of nostalgia too, and I was just like, it made me so happy watching it. Charlie Brown, the pumpkin one. The Halloween thing for Charlie Brown. Ah, dude, that made me smile. I remember we watched that in school a lot, the Charlie Brown stuff. I love Charlie Brown stuff, man. Dude, W1AT's sick. Gots to admit. So is this stuff all for this? I'm gonna put this here. The Great Pumpkin, yeah, dude. JoJo's Circus. This is like falling apart as I move this tray around. My kid is huge into Great Pumpkin right now. It makes me happy. Dude, Charlie Brown is really fun to watch. Just like the whole like, there's not a lot of talking in it either. Dude, okay. Whoa, someone just brought up Lazy Town. Bro, Lazy Town was fucking weird. Lazy Town was fucking weird, dude. I don't fuck with Lazy Town. I wasn't old enough to watch that. Or sorry, I was too old to watch that, but like I know what Lazy Town is. Bro, I don't fuck around with Lazy Town. I tried to watch that, I think as like a teenager. When did Lazy Town come out? Pingu is really cute, but Lazy Town was fucking weird. Yeah, the guy, I mean, rest in peace to the guy, but like, I don't fuck around with Lazy Town. Okay, I don't know what order these are all supposed to go in. I don't think it matters. The Lazy Town remix with Little John, I've not seen that. 2004, so yeah, I was 13. Yeah, I didn't fuck around with that. Spy Kids was also jarring. It's just really cringe. Oh, it was just family fun stuff. I don't think Spy Kids was that bad. It was weird, but like the thumb guy, that was fucking weird. Well, I'm gonna just Google the Odin quick because I need to know the layout. Odin. Oh, wrong keyboard. That's the wrong fucking keyboard. V2. Oh. Keyboard. Just tried typing on the keyboard we're building. Hold up. So what do they have here for keys? Do they have like a layout thingy I can look at and steal? They do. Okay, give me one sec, guys. Where are the arrow keys? Shit, I don't understand this set. Well, we're gonna put the plus here for now. I'm gonna do what I can, and then we'll look at the set too. Nickelodeon has some great game shows for kids back in the day. I don't think I was much into Nickelodeon stuff either. I liked certain cartoons. Oh, you know what I watched a lot of, and we have a lot of it on VHS too? A lot of, Jackie Chan Adventures. Yeah, that was cool. I watched a lot of Beast Wars, which I always thought was called Beasties or something. I don't remember if they changed the name of the thing, but it was Beast Wars. I loved Beast Wars. That was so much fun to watch. It was Beasties in Canada? Oh, was it? So it was just regional? I thought Jimmy Neutron was stupid. I know people will probably argue. I didn't like Jimmy Neutron. Beasties sounds like a nephew to Furries. Oh gosh. Beasties was cool. Like Beast Wars was cool. I like that. That was fun. Does this not have a 1U0? How does it not have a 1U0? Is it because it has this? Or can we just use any? Oh, no way this doesn't have a 1U0. Well, yeah, looks like we have to just put this here for him. This is not GMK's fault. This is the designer's fault. Wait, I think they... Oh, these are just these. Never mind. Digimon was sick too. I love Digimon. Digimon, Pokemon, obviously. Okay, alright, fine. That's not a big deal, I guess. We'll just keep going with this. I'm assuming we can just kind of put whatever here at the top. I'm just gonna go ahead and put these like this. And maybe we'll put like calculate over here. Like calculator, I have no idea. We'll just do our best to kind of fill things in. Maybe I'll put like roll, abort, panic up here. Just for funsies, give it some color. This is Godspeed. It does seem kind of light on Kidding though, now that I'm looking at it. It does seem a little light. Put this here. Okay, I'm just putting random things here because I have no idea what any of this actually means. I'll let the owner of the keyboard kind of play around with this. I'm guessing this is supposed to be the arrow keys. Let me look it up. Where's Godspeed? G GMK Godspeed. I need to know for the arrow keys though. Oh no, it should just be arrows, no? This is not Godspeed? This is Godspeed. Oh, it's... We need Apex. And then we need Descent. And then Cest. And Dest. Okay, well. There we go for now. Did our bestest. What's the difference between the GMK Mito sets and the... well, Mito designs it. It's still GMK keycaps, but the Mito basically plays a hand in like which keycaps go inside the kit. Can we get a spacebar? There you guys go. Take care, Rogers. Love you, dude. And thank you guys again for the subs today. I do appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Not a fan of the mods. I don't love the mods like deploy, shoot, orbit, and stuff, but I mean, they look pretty. They're nice color. I don't know if I love the styling of it, though. Let's put this in here. It's all broken, but we'll try our best to... Oh, gosh. This is going to be a chore. Whew. CRP Tulip and MW Retro. I do have MW Retro lights. Actually, a beautiful set. All right. Does the job of being quiet. What'd I drop? Oh, I dropped a thing of lube. Okay, I'm just gonna put this to the side here. This can be thrown out. These are extras. That boy quiet as hell. Why are Mito caps cheaper? I think his drop basically orders like huge amounts of bulk of them from what I understand. I mean, it is quiet. I do like the aesthetic of this. This like turned out quite nice, to be honest. Like that looks really nice. Maybe we'll put another red cap over here. It does look cool. So, like I said, it does look pretty cute. I like it. It's nice. Yeah, this is pretty cute. I don't mind this. Looks pretty cute. Shoko. There's the weight on the back. The weight's kind of nice on this too. The weight definitely adds some stuff to this. Godspeed. GMK Godspeed. I got GMK dust everywhere on my desk, dude. I like it. It looks cool. And then it is very, very quiet. There's some flex to this too. Obviously, we didn't put in the bottom foam. It is laminate. It's super quiet. The thing with silent switches is it's always a good idea to make sure the spring is really well lubed or really well, I guess, oiled, because you'll hear spring crunch. Yeah, flex is kind of... The only benefit to flex, really, is you're going to get more of like a softer typing experience. Oh, this is kind of cool. I wish the LED had some sort of blocker on it, though. You can kind of see it spilling. I don't know if you can, actually. Yeah, there's some spillage of the LED happening. I don't know if you guys will be able to see the spillage. But it's kind of cool. I like the way this looks. It's a nice-looking keyboard, that's for sure. And you know what? Having silent switches on it is pretty nice, too. The silent switches don't feel mushy. As long as you lube them properly, they shouldn't ever feel mushy. You know? I feel like if you still use numpads like in Odin. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a nice keyboard for sure. At $450, I don't know if I personally spend money But I mean, like, what other options do you have for full? Definitely a little pricey though. Yeah, exactly. What other options do you have for this quality of full though? I don't know. That's the other thing too. You could get Keychron, you could get like the Brutal. Windex 98, yeah, you could do a Windex, that's for sure. I totally forgot about that. So there's not, dude, I'd rather buy this than the MI93 though. I didn't really like the MI93. So Brutal, Windex, perhaps some of the acrylic stuff. That's really it. Like there's not other like readily available things. Windex I think is at the top. Maybe this is second, and Brutal. Not gonna lie, the Brutal 1800, man, that's not a great sounding board, but it does the job. The W1AT, kind of, yeah, kind of. Definitely for sure, kind of. What do I get with VIP Discord roles? Basically, if you sub to the channel, you get like extra things in the Discord, but with VIP, you don't have to pay for anything. It's the same thing. You just don't have to pay. Austin? Are Austins available? I'll give you guys some sounds here. I think this is the new main now. I think it's safe to say this is probably the new main. I think it's safe to say it is. Because it's that nice. Anyways, this keyboard here for the client turned out pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. I don't mind silent switches. I've actually been really enjoying them. But there's not really much to showcase. It's quiet. I've been trying to dabble in which keyboard I want to make my silent keyboard. I just don't know which one I want to do yet. These were Zeal silents. They're tactile silents, but the ones that I find are the best silent switches so far are the heartbeat switches. They're newer. That's before that I liked something called tacit switches, but I think the heartbeat switches or the alpaca sounds are really, really good. But the heartbeats are my top right now. Finally tried cherry blacks, and more people should start off with these switches in the hobby. I mean, I have tons of boards with cherry blacks. It depends though, man. Like, I love cherry blacks and vint blacks. I like the scratch. I think it has character, but I still prefer like KTT switches. Everyone's a little different, but I do agree they're quite nice. Like in this board, fantastic. Oh, you want to see the bottom of the corn? Here, I'll show you guys. I think I need to play around with like the exposure of the stream still ever so slightly. I don't know, I think the stream looks pretty good right now. I think today's like the best it's ever looked. So then we have the other unicorn we're gonna be building in a few, I guess like in a week or two, probably 2 weeks. And then that'll be an aluminum plate, and I still haven't decided on switches for that.
The unicorn spacebar made me sub.
Thanks, dude. Slacks, I appreciate that, man. I took extra special care in these switches today. Well, for these ones here, they're a little expensive, these switches. I bought them a long time ago, and I've been waiting for the perfect keyboard, and this was the perfect keyboard. 2 unicorns? Yeah, other unicorn, pretty cool. Can you show the red corn? I don't have a red unicorn. This is the green one. And then this is the special unicorn that was part of Candy Roo's little commission. So we'll see when we build this. I don't know when I'm going to do it though. This one here is pretty sweet. That's sick. Yeah, it's a nice color too. This baby, it's like a baby blue almost. Called the Toxic Unicorn. My friend just finished building a Iron 180, built it with Oil Kings. It's 11 out of 10. Did they re-lube the Oil Kings? I need a lighting board in my life. Are you guys gonna go for the unicorn? I feel like everyone's gonna go for the unicorn. Been wanting a green board for a while. Yeah, this green board's sweet. I don't think there's a proxy for the unicorn, but I would just check out Singa's website. Yeah, this is gonna do the aluminum plate. I don't know if you guys have seen the PCBs. or I'd suggest watching the full VOD, or just the condensed one. But the PCBs for these are actually really cool too. F18X is amazing. You're gonna love your F18X. Oh, this is in a bag still. It's a cool color. What's up, Tree Leaf? Oh my goodness, both look incredible. The green's amazing, dude. Like I have to give it to Elaine. Like this color combo is stunning. But there's something also about baby blue and this like white and gold that look really cool. Corn PCB? Oh yeah, there's like a corn colored PCB, huh? I lightly lubed the Oil Kings and only the rails, and they came out perfectly. Yeah, Oil Kings just need a tad bit of extra. Is it too late for a compliment? I don't think it's ever too late. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what switches yet. I'm still debating. What color of Zoom TKL should I get? Dude, I'm kind of biased right now, man. I've been liking everything green. Egun wants a compliment. Egun, you have the best photos in the business. All right. I actually think if it was up to me, you'd be up for photographer of the year. No doubt, dude. You're skilled. You're talented. I love you, bro. I hope you're having a great day today. And I hope that no matter what happens for the rest of the week, you're still smiling. I have a comment for Alex. I'm always down for a compliment from me, Tree Finger. You don't have to, though. I compliment you guys. You guys are the ones that need complimenting. Because I love you guys. But I think right now, I think a lot of people are probably going to lean towards the F1 drops in the future. And then the Zoom TKLs. I think this unicorn raffle. I think Elaine's doing a raffle. I think that's going to be insane. I don't know. I like the Shelby. I want to put keycaps back on my Shelby, man. I just don't know what I'm going to put on it. I've been wanting to use my Shelby all week. And then I look at it and I realize you guys made me take it off. So I need to figure out what good keycaps I want to put on that. How much is it? The unicorn? I don't know off the top of my head. Can you show the Shelby? It's like way back in my... I don't feel like getting up. I'm going to be honest. I'm so tired. Zoom IMO looks cooler for cheaper. Dem backplates? Yeah. It's a silver Shelby, yeah. Prospa, thank you so much for the tier 1, dude. I appreciate you, man. And welcome to the stream, and thank you so much for the support. I'm feeling way better. What color would you guys get for the Zoom? What colors are there for the Zoom again? Let's go find out. Let me put this away. 1 sec, guys. Oh yeah, Elaine sent this cool little keychain too. I forgot to show you guys. This cute little keychain came with the unicorn. I want to use it. It's cute. It's good to hear. Hopefully feel better the rest of the year. I'm hoping, man. First time here, love your unicorn build. Thank you, Hamster. I appreciate you, man. For Pretty Calamity, come on. I actually asked her and she's like, oh yeah, that's cute. And then she wanted this. She's like, I really want this thing. The clasp. Because all of our clasps like break. I know it's the tails, but it looks more like shitting a rainbow. It kind of looks like it's farting out a rainbow for sure. I get you. Let me look up the Zoom colors again, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Zoom... Is it considered the Zoom TKL or Zoom 87? I don't know what they ended up naming it. Hold on. Let me quickly look. Desktop art creator? What the hell is this? Oh, it's just linking me to Reddit. Hold on. These all suck for pictures. Do they not have like a proper IC up? Or is it just like some Reddit posts? Oh, here we go. The pink's nice. The Zoom TKL photos here. I like the pink. I like the light blue. Blurple looks amazing. The faint blurple looks amazing. The green was nice. We tried the green. The green's a little saturated though. It's hard to pair things with it. I don't really love their lilac color. I think blurple. What's sky blue? Well, faint blurple, sky blue. Yeah, those are my favorite ones. I don't know if I'd go with black. Black's kind of boring. And white's kind of boring too. Sky blue or blurple, those are my favorites. But obviously if you're looking for something safer, white or black is probably the best. I think Clackbait is gonna do the sky blue. Oh really? Why is there so many nice boards? Dude, I know. There's been so many lately. Did you get some stickers? I got some stickers the other day from the other one. Blurple looks too purple. I don't think it's that bad. I guess I would have to see it in person. I mean, the green one we tried was nice too. I have not heard about that one there, Slack. Is that a cool keyboard? I'm looking at Blurple again. I don't think it looks too purple. I think Lilac looks too purple. Is Blurple supposed to be leaning more towards blue? Dude, I never know with some of these colors, man. Because I don't think I've ever grown up with Blurple. Anyways, I think it's okay. I don't think Blurple's that bad. I mean, it could be really different in person, though. Who knows? Okay, let's see who we can go raid, guys. We're done our stream for today. Oh, damn, we've been streaming for 3 hours? Wait, when did we stream for 3 hours? Dude, tonight flew by. What the heck? Holy. Let's raid Mr. Frank, I guess. I like Frank. Holy, I did not realize we've been streaming for 3 hours. Honestly, if I didn't realize that, because I have a few things I wanted to do, I would have probably streamed another hour. I might do something longer in December. December, did you catch up the predictions? I think someone did they not? Let me make sure. Thank you, I appreciate you, Nell. Thank you, dude. Let's see, did I cash them out? Oh yeah, someone did. Someone cashed them out. Thank you, Nell. I appreciate your tier 1 for 3 months, man. I appreciate that, dude. All right, let's raid Frank. All right, guys. I'll be doing a longer stream probably in December, as well as like a giveaway stream for like the holidays. But there'll be a lot of cool things. If you guys want to just join the Discord, I'll keep you guys updated there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I seriously do appreciate it. We'll do a lot more cooler things very, very soon. And then tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow for a keyboard real quick? I don't even remember. I feel like tomorrow we have something pretty awesome too. Oh, we're doing a Mode 65 and then we're doing the Corsa on Sunday. Sunday stream is going to be interesting. All right, though, guys. I'll see you guys very soon. I love you guys. Stay safe the rest of the night and have fun. Take care, guys, and enjoy Frank's stream. Peace out, everybody.